On a full boil, but heated enough.
Mhm.
Okay, headphones on so I could hear what stuff Juan's been saying. Chat.
Oh no, I'm gonna get gonna get outed.
All right,
Did you know
30
104?
seconds.
Okay.
What was that?
1043 is shutting down.
104. What?
Like the radio station 104.3.
Oh, never listened to him. I'm always 101.
I mean, that's
All
fair. I
right,
mean,
all right. We got 10 seconds, buddy. We got 10 seconds.
let's go.
All right. A one, a two, a three, a four, a five, four, three, a two, a one. All right. All right. I think we're going. Are we good? I think we're good. Let me, oh, I need to grab this out of my drawer here. So over here and there. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Are we ready? We ready? And we are on. We are live. Is this thing live? Hello. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today on this lovely, blistering cold Wednesday? It's weird. It was like 40-ish earlier, and of course came in to work this morning. Lots of snow blistering in, and just a cold front that's coming in our way, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, no, things have been good since the last live stream, though. I think the rainstorm that we had during that stream caused my stream to crash, but thankfully the weather is clear and all good for tonight, to which I'm excited that we're back with another awesome new episode of Snap and Chat. And I will be introducing my guest in a quick little second with, of course, the little rules and all that kind of stuff there. But first, before we get into that, I need to do this. My usual little bits there. So, okay, there we go. Good, good. Yeah, of course, it's that time, as always, at the start of the stream of another brick in the wall. So, of course, we got our usual photo to add to the wall behind me to commemorate for the stream. And the photo that we have today is this photo from C2E2 2020. It's a Thumbelina, which honestly, this was kind of like a fun one to try to take because I was like, all right, I got to be a little taller. So I think I was like standing on like some number of stairs just to like look down as if it was kind of like looking down on Thumbelina and what have you. So little fun stories, little fun stuff like that. And yeah, no, so I think yeah, and I can't think of too much other stuff to say because I think we could get started into to what we have today, which are snap and chats again. Um, Hello, Haley. Thank you so much for the free subscription there. Oh, that's right. Well, we haven't quite started the Snapchat just yet, so I guess I could make a little quick acknowledge hello, Kawaii, and all that stuff. But yeah, so let's get started with tonight's Snap and Chat. But yeah, so, and actually, I'm so happy. I actually wrote a prompt. I wrote a prompt because the last couple times I've hosted Snap and Chat, I'd be like, house rules, this, that, so and so. So I written a prompt, and I'm so happy and so happy to have it. I will get a kitty here soon, so don't worry. Because I know they're in the naps right now. And I think I summoned them. Honestly, I do love this little calling. So, all right. As I read the prompt, Hanky will be hanging up here. It's right up here. Right up here. Come on. There you go. You got it. Right up there. You got this. There you go. All right. Perfect. And we already got to explain the gram. So perfect. Perfect. But yeah, so all right. Snap and chat. All right. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to Snap and Chat, the stream where I sit down and talk with a photographer as we photo edit and learn about their photo journey. Now, before I bring my guest on, here's a few quick FYIs for the stream. This interview stream is going to be recorded in a podcast format. Because of this, there are a few changes that will make this stream different than my normal streams. In order for my guests to not be interrupted while they're answering a question, I'll mostly be interacting with the chat via text. So you won't see me doing the usual greetings to viewers or reading the text messages as I was doing a few minutes ago there. The only time I might bring up the chat is The only time I might bring up the chat is if there's a question that is brought to our guests, or if chat makes an interesting comment on the stream. But please continue the conversations as the stream goes on. We always like to see it be active there. And in addition, to make everything run smoothly, my alerts have been silenced and a majority of my channel rewards have been deactivated for tonight so that we won't have any interruptions for my guests. We do, however, have a special channel point redemption, which Haley has already selected and demonstrated, called Explain That Gram. Just like in Hot Ones, I'll pull up a photo from my guest's Instagram and have them explain how they either took that photo or any funny stories that relate to that photo. Just to tell all that kind of fun stuff there. And yeah, if there's any questions or comments that you might miss during the stream, do not worry. As I said, this stream is being recorded. The stream will be uploaded to my YouTube by the end of the month. You'll be able to rewatch the entire stream along with any past Snap and Chat interviews. And lastly, as a good reminder, just be good. Let's be all kind. Let's all have fun in this. Please be respectful for my guests and everyone in the chats, because again, we're just here to have a nice, chill, and fun time right here. And so yeah, now let me give a good introduction to our guest tonight. Tonight's stream is going to be like our guest, all fun and games. Our guest tonight is a freelance photographer in the Chicago area, focusing mostly on cosplay, but they dabble in a few other different subjects there. But he brings a great positive energy to his shoots that brings a cheer to all his clients. Outside his photography, he enjoys reading romance novels, watching and quoting tons of movies, and is a big geek for nostalgia like TMNT, Godzilla, and Gremlins. Now, please welcome our guest and my friend, Juan of J.Pintography. Juan, are you there? Are you ready? All right. Hello there. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing this fine evening, sir?
I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to be here. I was truly trying hard not to laugh. You're like, oh, he likes romance novels, and I'm like, it's romantasy. There's a difference.
Oh my goodness. Is there people hooking up in the book? Close enough. I know.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but that's not the main point.
Okay, all right, fair. But no, thank you so much, Juan, for coming in and kicking off I was about to say 2025, but no, 2026 into the new year. Do you just want to give a little introduction to yourself if possible?
Hello, yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Juan. All of you know me as, Pintography, or on Instagram, J.Pintography. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a Virgo. As Eric says, I love pop culture. I love, so many different types of music. Love to read. I love to play video games. I've been a photographer for about, this will be my 6th year, actually. Oh my God.
6 years. Nice.
Yeah. Where does it go? Yeah. And I just, like you were saying, I mainly shoot cosplay, but I also love to shoot like fashion. I've done bands at some point, musicians and stuff. I'm trying to think what else is about me. I'll tell real bad jokes. I'm going to warn you all now. I'm going to have some really bad jokes tonight.
So I got a few introductory questions before we might jump into the Explain That Gram. But the first question, which honestly is a fitting first question, from Julison_83. How did you get into photography and what made you stick with it? Which honestly, that's kind of similar to my first question. When and how did you start your photography journey? So
cool. Yeah. So I started, gosh, what was that? 2019? Yeah. So I started off, actually, I wanted to start off in videography. I bought this small little point and shoot, the Canon G7X, and I still have it to this day. Like I can't find it within me to like let go of it. But like, I kept seeing all these like cosplay music videos that people were making online, like Beatdown Boogie makes a lot of them. And I just saw that and I was like, that, like, I want to make that, because like at that point in my life, I didn't have anything creative in my life. Um, and that's just always been a big like proponent for me, like, just having creativity and just a way to like, show yourself to the world. But I just never had that. Um, just mostly because, we weren't really encouraged to have that growing up. So just like my whole life, I felt this void, and I wanted to try different things. I wanted to try like writing, but then also, like you said, like I love movies, and I figured that making cosplay music videos would be a good start towards that kind of a route. Just getting an idea of just filming, approaching people, direction, and everything like that. And so I was so nervous the first time I went to C2E2 with a camera. Like I didn't know anybody. I was so like a shaky Kermit. Like I was so nervous to do that. And then I made my first video. So looking back on it now, I really judge it a lot, but that's what you do. You judge your old art. Um, and I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, that was a good first run, but let's try this again. And so, over the course of that summer, like I began to know more people in the community. I went to that first, well, actually, it was my first Cos Meetup event. It was at Dave and Buster's, where I met all of you. and like, I'm in Michael's video, shooting on that camera as well. And I just have like a little ring light and my little point and shoot camera. And I'm like, oh, Pastor Juan, you're so young. But, because I met everybody there, I felt way more comfortable at Fan Expo, in the fall. And, like by that point, I was starting to get to know people in the community. And I remember there was a photographer, one particular photographer, who was in the community but isn't anymore, had a photo shoot, and people from the group were like, "Oh, Juan, come and join us. Like, we can do some video there." And I was just sort of like, I was again like, just still nervous. I used to be super super nervous and very timid. Um, but like I don't know, I was just sort of like, okay, let's just go see how it goes, just get some video and get out of there. And you know the photo shoot itself only lasted about half an hour, which like in retrospect, like now I know that's so short for such a large group. And it was like this Umbrella Academy group, which it's the Umbrella Academy, it's a big family, it's a lot of people. um Photographer just got in and out and just literally vanished into the ether. And but all the cosplayers are still there, and they're like, oh well, like the con just finished, but like we're all still here, like we like, come on, do you want to hang out, like let's we can go to the Hyatt and just hang out and maybe do some photos there. And I'm like, oh sure, okay. I was so scared and nervous, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And then we go to the Hyatt lobby, and we're doing some more videos there, for different cosplays. And then slowly I just start to do more photos. And like at that point, I didn't know squat about photography. but like I don't know, like it just like kicked in, just this idea of just like, okay, here is like this one particular shot that I want to get with these two characters, with with these siblings, or an action shot, or like a group family photo, because again, Umbrella Academy. And like as soon as I took this family photo, I was like, I felt so proud of myself in that moment. And I was just like, oh my God, I took a good photo. And like, I don't know, like it just really snowballed from there. Like before I knew it, like videography just became smaller and smaller, and like in my life. And then photography became the big thing, because the more I was looking into like videography and cinematography, the more I realized that a lot of cinematographers in Hollywood began as photographers, or they do that as a hobby. They do that in life. Um, Roger Deakins, like he has like his photography book just came out last year. I want it. It's so expensive, but I want it. But and then I just felt like the natural pull to photography. And then just again, just like so many people were so like welcoming and just so fun to work with. And it became like in a weird way, it became a good addiction. Because it's like, okay, you have so many chances to get like this great shot that you want. And it felt like a test too, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to take 50 photos, but in that 50, I'm going to find that one shot that I wanted and pictured in my head. And again, it's just like, you know, I like I said, I love movies a lot. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm so sorry, chat. But it's just, when you take a flight, for me, that's what the feel is. You take a great photo with a great composition and like a great person, and like that's just like that's that one still from a movie that like doesn't exist, but like we made that exist. That's what kept me going in photography, just like the people, like the feeling of creativity, and just like feeling like myself. Because for like a good large chunk of my life, I just didn't know who I was. Like I didn't have an identity. I felt like I was in the background of my own life because, again, I just didn't do anything, mostly out of fear, um, a little bit just out of like this built-in wall in my head from just like bad upbringing, being always being told to just never show the world who you are or how you are, because no one's gonna like that. People will judge it. They'll take you away, is what I was told. But it was just like, it was nothing like dangerous or anything. Um, it was really just like, no, like you have to be this. You have to fit the mold that we tell you. And I was like, but I don't want to be that mold. And then it just felt like I never had like my own like mold or identity until photography. Like photography literally changed my life for the better. Okay. Yeah.
And
That's my
that's a wrap, everyone. Perfect stream right there. Thank you so much,
good
Juan.
night.
No, no.
Thank you for
Honestly, that
having me,
was
Eric.
quite a story, and all the twists and turns it kind of led into there. So I was like,
Oh,
definitely
I'm
got
a
into some deep.
jukebox.
What?
I'm a jukebox. You put a quarter in me, I'm just gonna go.
No, that's honestly that's very kind of good there. So in between like all those like talks, like you did say that you did start as a videographer and such. Does that mean that you were probably like a little bit of a self-taught photographer, videographer at the time, or did you take any classes?
In the beginning, I was self-taught. Um, but I very quickly realized that I had to, actually research and do things. Um, I didn't know what an f-stop was, ISO, rule of thirds. I didn't know anything, and like slowly, I just began to buy books. I still have a lot of those books. They're sitting right here to my left. Um, and actually, oh gosh, where is it? Is it here physically? Yeah, I did take an online course, a
Ooh.
little certificate of achievement for photography, a little like British like module course that took me a
Hmm.
year to do.
Well, either
Um,
way, some photographers don't have it. So,
yeah, yeah, but like I mean, I feel like for me, experience is always my best teacher. Like I can sit and I can read the same thing over and over again, and like the wording will stick, or like the terms will stick with me. But I'm super hands on. Like I have to like learn. I have to try something, fail at it, and then learn from there. And then the next time I do it, then it's going to get better because I will know what I'm doing, or I'll know how to do something better. So for photography, it's just like every shoot I do, I feel like I'm still learning something. I'm still learning like angles. I'm still learning lighting, direction. Um, I feel like I don't want to ever become complacent with photography. Like, because then if I do, then it's just like, well, what's the point? Like, where are you going to go next if you've already stopped yourself?
not perfect. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing a little behind the scenes adjustments here and there. And then so
I'm a
like
robot.
no, I accidentally had your audio like a little double for quick seconds. So that's all on me there. So don't worry that. And then sort of like branding, just kind of curious, like, because a lot of people they think of some creative names or what have you. So what made you think of J.Pintography?
So okay, the J, um, the J, I unfortunately have to stick with because there's an actual other Instagram page that's just Pintography, and I want it, but because it is a photography account, but it's based in Italy and it hasn't posted in the last 3 years, and I'm like so tempted to message this person like, "Hi, can we trade? Like, can I just have that?" Because I feel bad that I'm always throwing people off where they're like, "Oh, it's Pintography," but isn't it J.Pintography, or like there's a dot in there somewhere? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like it's one of the little nitpicky things that I nitpick about myself.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like as far as like the Pintography part, like it took me so long to just sort of like think about like like a name. At first, I was just J.Pintor,
Hmm.
but I kept seeing like everybody in the community, like you or Haley or Carlos, like everybody had like a cool little name. Michael had like Raptor Drone. I was like, that sounds really awesome. so, so like I wanted something cool, and so I was like, just thinking to myself, like, okay, Pintor, photography, Pintography. Like, there's like that little like aha moment,
The little
and I
aha. It's like
loved
the
it.
click in the head.
Yeah, but like if you Google it, it's actually a real term. Like, like, like Pintography is like, what is it? It's like a musical instrument or some sort of old timey device from like the early 1900s
Hmm.
that is no longer in use anymore. It's like some kind of like hand crank machine that makes music, but also with like chimes or something, or some kind of a printing press. I don't know. It's like, but I just know it's something that used to exist.
Hmm.
And to this day, I worry that somebody's going to call me out on it. Like, wait a minute, you are not this person using this 19th century machine. Like, so far I'm okay. So
No.
far we're fine. People in the chat will call me out now, and I accept this. That's fine.
You embrace it. It's what you are, darling.
Yes.
So yeah, so before we go into the explain that Graham, ooh, excuse me. Just a quick little note that unfortunately we will not do any photo editing as unfortunately I think Lightroom kind of just caused a lot of RAM on Juan's computer and when we were doing the test earlier. Um it basically was kind of freezing up. So I just rather make sure everything just runs smoothly as best as possible and all that. But yeah, so Juan, I got a photo to share for you if you can explain to the chat. I have it pulled up on your on the Discord here.
Oh, I heard a
You see?
bing. Where we go? Where we go? Ah!
So yes, can you explain this shoot right here?
Oh, I love this shoot so much. This is oh, there we go. This is genuinely one of my top favorite shoots of all time. Um, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. This is who are they? Donald Duo on Instagram, and we so we shot together the previous year with their Daredevil and She-Hulk, and I some people know about this actually. So like during that photo shoot, my memory card died on me
Oh.
like mid shoot, and I felt so bad because like we had gotten like I don't even know like I think we got like 50 photos in that photo shoot, and then it just died on me, and I was like freaking out in the lobby,
Hmm.
in the Hyatt lobby, and I'm like, you know, we wrapped up the shoot. And I apologized profusely, and I just like ran to the lobby and sat down in the cafe table, just trying to like troubleshoot this whole thing. And as it turned out, it was the memory card; it wasn't the camera, which thank God. But I felt
Perfect.
so awful, and I'm like, oh gosh, so like maybe I can salvage some photos. Like this couple, like they're so great. I'm never gonna hear from them again. And I felt so bad. But then the following year, they were just like immediately, like as soon as bookings opened up, they're like, Juan, like we adore you. We want to work with you again. I'm like, great. I have backup memory cards this time. and, so, and so like, as soon as they were like, oh, because um as happy go lucky as I am, it's no secret that I love horror. So like the Donalds, that's as soon as they were like, oh, like we want to book you. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, what is it? They're like, so Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm like, I'm in. Like, I don't care what it is. um, but like, that's what's her name? Jordan. She is Chica. That's her husband, Mike, on the floor. And I adore them so much. Like, again, like I said, like everyone in the community is so friendly. And like, like to me, like, I shoot with so many people. Like, I don't really consider anyone like, like, oh, this is a model or this is a client. No, like this is like a collaborating friend that I'm like working with and shooting with. And so like with this shoot, we were at C2, and I immediately thought of the 2.5 level beneath the convention floor, where it's just sort of like this abandoned area. Well, it's not really abandoned, but a lot of the restaurants and things are closed except for that one pizza place that's always open.
Oh yeah.
And, like we went down there and, you know, um, Mike, God bless him, like he was just like, yeah, just like you can completely just do whatever you want. Like you want me to like crawl away on the floor, I'm gonna do that. And so like we had the shot, and then she really is pulling him, like like um and like I'm also just like laying on the floor with him. Like for me, for like I mean, no matter what, I'm going to like lay down on some dirty surface for every shoe. It's just always going to happen to me. So like because I want to be on that same level, figuratively and literally, with the cosplayers. So like this is what I wanted this shot. I mapped it out in my head. For a lot of my shoots, I like to have like an actual list, like I'll write it out beforehand, like in a notebook that I have, just like prompts and ideas, and like posing ideas, and then I'll bring that list with me to the actual shoot itself. And as soon as I mentioned, okay, dragging security guard away, like they were just completely on board. And we went to this red wall is actually like one of the escalators that's turned off at the moment at
Oh, I think
C2.
I know this escalator. So like when you got, it's kind of like right across from where that pizza, Connie's Pizza or whatever is, like right across from that, right?
Yeah, like you just like turn that corner and there it is. Um, and like we're there on the floor, so like we're a little out of the way from the crowd, which is great. But like every so often, I'm trying to get the shot. I'm trying to like just position myself just right, and then from behind me, I just hear "Good God," or or like or like a shriek or a scream. My favorite one was, "Dude, hell yeah!" Just random people getting pizza but turning this corner and seeing this plan out.
Mm.
And I was even and like I also like to have like business cards on me just in case, because security is sometimes an issue. So it's like, no, here I'm a real person with a real business and everything. But like even in that shoot, people were just like, oh my god, where can I see this photo when it's ready? So I'm just like on the floor passing out business cards to people. Like but I love this photo so much.
No, that's exciting. That's a very fun story right there, to that degree. So yeah, I guess you kind of like were saying how you do a lot of like horror stuff. Again, like how you do that. So like yes, as I look at them, kind of like that Five Nights at Freddy's, the Succubus, the Friday the 13th. As I said, do you just try to compose a story whenever you kind of do those shoots at all?
um Kind of. Well, it depends on the shoot. Because I have found that I have like this little like yearly tradition now with my horror stuff. Um, I will admit it. I'm so bad at posting throughout the year. So like January to September, I'm a ghost. Like I will try to post. And that's one of my things too. Like this year, like one of my photography resolutions is to actually post more. Um, and just be more like active that way online and in the community, because there's so much stuff that I've taken, and like but then I just don't share just because of life and everything. But it's like, no, one, celebrate your life, share that art. But anyways, um but my yearly tradition that I found is like I I feel like I've started to do this thing where I end October because October is the biggest month for me. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna post all the spooky stuff. Like here are 8 different sets that I've done throughout the year that no one's gonna see until October. But like for me, October should have this really big grand finale, and that's the finale that I do like actually map out. Like my favorite one was like the succubus, like the hell, like the what is it? The '80s date from hell. Like that thing that was so fun to figure out and just plan in my head and just like I literally storyboarded that. Like I bought a storyboard notebook, and because I want to give horror like like the love and like attention that it deserves, which it is getting that now. Like horror is so mainstream and I love it. But like horror photography, like that's like a real, you know, big chance to just like really highlight that kind of a thing. And so I'm sitting there like, and it depends on the year. Like each year I want to try something different. Um Last year, let's see, I believe the end of the month, it was Scream. Well, it was Scream, but it was also J horror. um and again, like I wanted to like just highlight different things. Eventually at some point I want to do like a zombie outbreak, like massive group shoot. I wanted to like the beginning of the outbreak, the actual like horde coming at survivors, and then eventually just like running off into the sunset, but God knows where you're going. um that let's see, with other people I've talked about, like like the Final Girl series,
Mhm.
just like doing like a tribute to like all the Final Girls throughout horror. um what else is there? um,
So you have a lot going on that you have planned to do. So,
oh,
um,
always.
so yeah, as I said, you kind of like started the storyboard. So you do that for some shoots, but for like any sort of like con booking shoot, how do you usually prep for those?
um See, normally, honestly, it's really just a pen and paper. Like, um I will just have like a notebook with me, and especially I'm starting that now actually, like with C2 around the corner, and bookings are trickling in. Like I will carry this notebook with me because there are certain things or certain places in my life where I just can't have a phone on me just for like safety reasons, like at work.
Hmm.
But if I'm at work and I just I have gears turning for a shoot like in the back of my head, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh God, I really like this shot idea, but I can't like write that on my phone or anything. Here's my notebook.
Hmm.
Um, and I'll just sort of like just write down. And I also get mad at myself about that too, because then I will just write the most random note and I will forget about it. So like when I look it up like during the shoot itself, it's like, oh okay. Um let's see. Punch at camera, downward angle. And I'm like, I'm sure that looked cooler in your head, Juan, but what does that mean?
Yeah. All the
Like,
calculations and ideas where it's like, all right, do you use your, was it the left side that's creativity and the right side's logic, or vice versa? I forget what. So it's always like that blend. Always
I think
find.
so. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just I'm a little old school that way. Just like again, I write it out. Everybody will get like a couple pages in this notebook. And it's great too because then I hang on to that notebook, because it's like, well, let's say, a couple of months later or the following year, if there's another photo shoot I have, it's like, oh, well, let me like just go back and see like if there's any prompts that I didn't use or if there's something that I liked, that could work for this, future cosplay shoot
Hmm.
that I haven't done yet. So it just becomes my sort of like little like backlog, sort of like a research book for me.
Hmm. No, yeah, because I always see a lot of people like either having like Pinterest boards, mood boards, but yeah, I haven't seen too many people like writing down notes, um, especially like handwritten notes. But I feel like that little extra handwritten just stores the memory a little bit there. So I gotta try to do that. I'm all like OneNote where it's like, all right, got my OneNote right here with all your questions written down. But it's like it's so portable, so I can take it. But there's nothing wrong with just a regular classic pen and paper. Um,
Old man.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, I do have like this thing called the Heroes Journal, which I'm kind of like journaling like my photography, like kind of experience, and talks about like, all right, what are your positives for today? What are your stuff that are threats? I don't know. So just kind of like that little bit where it helps kind of like journal your thoughts and things and kind
Yeah,
of
I
build on
had
that.
I had that.
You had that?
Yeah, like at the beginning of photography.
Oh, fair, fair, fair.
Like again, well, because like I was saying earlier, like there was just no guidance in my life. And then somebody gave me this journal as a birthday gift because they knew like, oh, like they knew that I wanted to like put myself on a path, but I didn't know what that path was yet. But they're like, you know what? I saw this and immediately thought of you. So like, here, have this hero's journal.
Hmm.
But it's awesome, isn't it?
No, it is.
This is
And
not.
I got like a duplicate one. So like I'm using that one as like personal kind of
Oh,
goals and such. So and I have them like just right at work. So when it's like slow, then it's like, all right, let me take some time to write down. But it's like, all right, either I'll go each page every month or something like that. So as I said, it's kind of like that a little bit. That's kind of fun and good.
I
Now, say
love
for
it.
example, for shoots that are not at conventions, when
Mhm.
you do have a shoot planned, do you prefer to do locations or are you fine with trying to do studio work?
Uh,
And I know it probably depends on. It probably also depends on the shoot as well.
mainly locations. I think I've only ever done one studio shoot, and it wasn't even really mine. It was Haley's. I just had like I just happened to like come along with Hi Dear, and like I mean we shot in a studio, but like she just like it's just like second nature to her. It's like breathing.
Hmm.
And I'm over here just like this room is so small and I don't know what to do. Like um I lean I lean more towards like locations. Um and like for me like that can just be like anywhere in the city. Like it could be Chinatown, could be Labao,
Hmm.
could be like around the corner. I've actually what is it? 2 apartments ago, my building had the creepiest basement. And it was so cool. Like it was literally just this big creepy basement that nobody ever went to. Um, but it just became this like space that people wanted to shoot in because it was big enough, it was wide enough. If anyone is curious, if you go back, like if you deep dive onto my Instagram page, and if you look at like my Nosferatu, we shot that in that basement.
Ah.
Or let's see, we did Jennifer's Body down there. Um, just like I don't know, it was just so perfectly creepy, but also safe. Um, but I just, I'm always about location shooting because like I feel like the world, like the world plays such an important part
Mhm.
in photography. Like um, I'm not a fan, I'm gonna be that photographer. I'm not a fan of like you know shooting in front of a green screen and then just like throwing on like a background, which that's
Hmm.
great because if you love that, awesome, cool. Not going to judge you about that, but just like I feel like there's like this like sense of like, oh, this photographer and model, they physically went somewhere. Like you can see when people put in the work, um, and you can see when people put in the work, like going somewhere and just doing the research, finding the place, shooting just right with like the right lighting, and I'm always going to choose that over studio work.
No, fair. Like, I mean, sometimes the studio work might be good, especially depending on the style. Like, or again, because how some studios might actually have some sets that are built to maybe help with that sort of aesthetic. I could definitely agree with like, sometimes the most easiest spaces are the basements, because God knows, like I did my one shoot in like my storage locker room area, and then suddenly everyone was like, "Oh, let's do a shoot there," and then even someone else was like, "Oh, you shot that shoot there? Let's do it for this." I'm like, yeah, yeah, sure, come to my place," or something that degree there. Um,
But that's great because then everyone just comes to you.
True, true, and especially when I did this used to be like my studio space. It was like always just nice, like, "Oh yeah, just come over. I'll just save you a parking spot or something like that. It's all free." And what have you. But yeah, so you got your shoot planned and prepped. So what's
Mhm.
in your bag? that you usually carry with you? And besides your camera, what's something that you just never leave home without?
Uh, Flash for sure.
Mm.
Even if it's an outdoor shoot, like I I would feel like I would curse myself if I didn't have a flash.
And
Um,
you do a lot
and
of off camera flash, right? Correct?
yes,
Mm.
yeah. I have like an off-camera flash. It's like a little. I don't know the term for it. I got it from Chris Norton.
Nice.
We found out that we actually lived like a less than a mile away from each other. Like I could
Mm,
walk to his apartment, and it's like this was before he moved, and he was just
mm.
like, "Oh, that's so weird, one. That's so cool that you live so close. Hey, do you want stuff?" I'm like, "Excuse me," and I just come over, and like he just gave me. I call it a popper. So I can grab it. There we go. Okay, this bad boy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it just like it attaches to a little handheld device, and the flash goes here, and there is a cover that goes on it. But I love sort of just like figuring out my lighting above, below, just everywhere. Like this thing is so maneuverable, and it puts out so much light, and I love it. Thank you, Chris. However, um, I just let's see. You had a question. What do I have in my bag? Okay.
Yeah, what's in your
Uh,
bag and what's something that you just know you can't leave home without?
Batteries. I bring so many batteries. Because like I'm so paranoid, like the anxious person within me is going to be so worried that's like, okay, I charged these batteries, I saw the light go green on every charging pack, and but I'm still so worried that like maybe that battery just didn't charge. um
Or it's like a dead battery where it's like it says it's charged, but then it actually is not working anymore or something like that.
Yes, yes. So like even though if it's like a half hour, if it's like one shoot, or if I'm going to like a meetup event, and I'm gonna shoot maybe a handful of people, I'm gonna have at least 6 to 8 batteries on me. Like and it builds up, man, because that's just the camera battery. I will also have like double A's for the flash.
Mm.
Um, it's just it like you don't realize how much it weighs until you take the batteries out and you just have the camera and the flash and like a reflector too. I always have that on me because there have been too many moments in my life where I won't need a reflector, but like I know somebody who does need one.
No, for real.
Like, and I'm not like calling out anyone specifically. Um, but we'll be at a meetup, and as we've seen, Cost Meetup will shoot at around like the golden hour, which is awesome, and I love it. And you guys are so cool. But you know, people will position themselves for that sunset. But there's only like 1 to 2 reflectors in the group, and, and I'm just like, does anyone need this? Like, I have an extra. Like, um, so I've always got that with me. Gosh, I feel like I should have more stuff with me than that. Oh, my Loom Cube. Yes, I bring this with me a lot
Mm.
now, just to add some added color to some shoots. Um, I like I like to go practical. Um, and I can hear you laughing already because so it's the same thing with the green screen. Like if I can have a practical effect in a shoot, I'm going to have that on me. Um, and that'll apply to like a smoke screen. So I'll use like sometimes I will usually have like a can of smoke on me. Sparklers are a great resource for like fire or just like a fireball attack. Which then means that I have to have like a lighter or like a little like grill lighter on me, just for added safety. Um, so props would also go in there. So camera, flash, um, upper, lots of batteries, prop work. Snacks. Um, I'm just gonna say this now so that people can call me out on it. I don't carry water. No, I
Oh
should.
my
I don't,
goodness, Juan. Oh my God. Hydrate or
because
dihydrate. In fact, you know what? Haley did just redeem hydrate earlier
oh,
in the stream.
oh no.
So Drink up.
Hydrate.
So you know what? I'm calling that. I'm calling that
Listen,
now.
listen. Water weighs a lot. It's not even water.
But
It's the bottle.
do you know how to lighten the load? You know how to lighten the load?
By
Drink your
drinking the
bloody
water.
water. Yes, it's simple science.
No, I admit this. I'm very thick-headed like this. And yes, Haley does hand me a bottle, but I don't use it really. Like, or it's one of those collapsible bottles that I will have it and it's like folded
Oh, I
in, but
do.
I
I do
don't
remember that.
remember
I
to like
do. I
fill
do
it.
remember seeing that.
Yeah. So oh, I'm getting called out right
Okay. Well,
now.
next question. Next question. Let's move away from your bag. So, again, the most important thing to a camera is its lens. And what do you think is the lens that just stays on your camera the most?
Oh my gosh. It's my 30, my 30 millimeter.
Oh, 30s.
I, yes, no. So here's the thing. So like for again, like while I was, learning photography and all the ropes and everything, I didn't know squat about lenses either. So I stuck to this like what was it? It's like a 30 to 180 lens, like a zoom lens. I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, this is fine. This covers all my bases.
Yeah.
Like and I feel and at some point, I don't remember when. I feel like maybe it was on sale, but I just bought this like 30 millimeter lens. And it sat on my shelf for like 2 years. And I never touched it because I was like, it's so like tight and condensed. And like, I don't want that. I want wide shots. I want everything in. I want everything in my photo to be in focus. So I stuck to my little zoom lens, like a putz. So, um, and I feel like I started to bring along this 30 millimeter just as a backup. And, lo and behold, here is this 30 millimeter lens with a 1.4 f-stop.
uh,
And and then all of a sudden, like, like I'm using it. I used it for one shoot. I don't remember what it was, but it was just like such a game changer where it's just like all of a sudden I was just like, oh, that's actually kind of a nice shot. And it's like, oh, Juan, you could have been taking this shot for the last 2 years. So, like, honestly, that lens has not left my camera in like the last year and a half to 2 years. It's just I love it. Like it's so cinematic. And the camera I use itself is mainly for videography. That's not because like like I said earlier, that's not because of like the videography and cosplay videos. Like I bought it because I wanted to have that cinematic look in my photos.
mhm,
Um, with the added bonus of video work, like if that had to be a thing in my life. But like it's just this like perfect combination that I don't want to change now.
mhm,
Like I just feel like I'm in such like a groove with my camera and this particular lens. Um, if I can upgrade to a 50, that would be awesome. But like right now, like the 30 is where it's at for me.
mm. Yeah, I've been back and forth where it's like when I started, I had like that same thing, like a variable lens, to which is like, oh, it covers everything. But then I started again to prime lenses, collected all those and was shooting. But then when I started getting into flash photography, I'm like, it's so awkward trying to calculate and switch between lenses. It's like I'm just gonna switch over to the variable lens. And now it's like, okay, now I'm starting to try switch back or try to figure out, all right, when do I bring the primes or something like that, to which I've come to the conclusion for like conventions, I'll use my variable lens while for any like in-person shoots, like whether studio or fashion, I don't know, just something that's on location away from conventions. That's when I'm gonna try to
Mhm.
start using primes more. Because and again, I was using it for a shoot earlier, like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what? I am actually feeling like I'm able to adjust the lighting just a little bit more, and so it's kind of interesting how just the whirlwind's always back and forth on me into that degree. But yeah, so you mentioned that you use your flash. Are you kind of just primarily a strobe light kind of person that you do? Do you do too much natural light at all?
Um, it's mainly strobe, and I feel like I should embrace natural light more. Or I'm trying to, and especially at what was it? where were we? Colossal.
Yeah.
um, I had two shoots outside, and I only had three shoots after that whole weekend. Like one of which was indoors in the laser tag area,
Mm,
which in itself was just a trial. Um, just trying to balance that out, and hopefully, like, and it did work out, thankfully. But we had I had two shoots. Both of them were romantasy, and I loved it, and I freaked out because they're both books that I loved, and we wanted to get this sort of like outdoor, like like in the middle of a battlefield kind of a shot.
mhm.
So we went to the field behind the hotel,
Oh yeah.
and for yeah, and for that, let's like I forced myself to not focus on Flash because I was like, no, it's golden hour, embrace it, one, deal with it, learn it, love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just depends. Like, um, I don't know, I'm just very hesitant about natural light because like it can change on you so quickly. Like I want to be able to control my lighting, and I don't want to have to like. I guess that's the point, which is you have to switch on the fly. There's a cloud, and then there isn't a cloud, or you're under a tree, and then now you're in a field. Like I just I worry that I'm going to forget that sort of a thing.
Mhm.
Like to I'm going to forget to remember to adjust settings on the go, because I'm just going to be so like in the moment and in the shoe and just like, okay, remember to get this shot and this shot and this shot, and then before I know it, I've been stuck on this low ISO, or
Yeah.
and which has happened to me.
Oh.
um, yeah, yeah. Thank God for denoising. But, um, yeah, I again, like, that's just another thing that I want to work on. Just again, embracing the natural light, but also just remembering to slow down enough to focus on the technicality,
Mm.
or the technical aspects of this.
So, little question, which I guess it kind of relates a little bit to it. I kind of realized I did get a bunch of questions. And I was like, oh, shoot, I got to ask these. Haley
Oh,
asks, especially as we're kind of talking about, like, during a shoot, what's the scariest part of the shoot? And then what's the easiest part of a shoot to you?
oh man, what's the scariest part of a shoot and the easiest part? Um, Scariest part. I mean, like I said, there is that time when my memory card died. So, so
Or
there's the
I
technical
just
fear.
mean like let's like not any specific story. I think just more
Yeah,
in any shoots. What do you
yeah,
think it is that is
is
the
the
scariest
scariest.
part?
Um, like just getting in my own head. Um, I we are all like our own worst enemies, and just like that's just been me like for a fair, if not a fair chunk, if not my whole life. So like, there's just that little voice in my head that's like, oh, cool, like you got this shot. That was a really good shot. And then there's this other voice that's just like, that shot sucked. Like, or you know what? This cosplayer hates you, Juan, or they don't like working with you
Mm,
right now. And this is a terrible shoot. So like for me, the scariest part is just like having this angrier voice become the prominent voice in my head during a shoot.
mm,
Um, because I worry and I feel like that's gonna like show like in my work and just like in the field of the shoot. And I never want like, never want anyone to feel uncomfortable or just feel like they're not getting the most out of this shoot, because it's like, we're working together, we're collaborating, but also just like I want this to be like a good moment for you. Um so I just like that's a big fear for me, that like I'm just going to sabotage myself
mhm.
in the moment. Um and I don't know, the easiest part the easiest part
Yeah,
of a
what
shoot
is the
for me.
easiest part of a shoot? The end of the shoot. That's what's the easiest part. No,
Um
but no, I could definitely agree with like yeah, there is like that little bit where you do have those like expectations of the shoot. I definitely know I think the scariest is just that time right before the shoot where you haven't met the client just yet or you're on your way to the shoot and you're like your brain's just rapping with all the ideas like okay I got these ideas there, is this going to work there, am I gonna mess something up, or it's just trying, especially if it's
Uh,
someone you haven't worked with, like you just have so many ideas, but then you're like, am I going to mess it up? Am I going to mess it up? So that's definitely one thing. And it is that little bit where when you are during the middle of the shoot where you want to try, like, keep calm, but you're both trying to think creatively, but you got to think logistically. And then of course it's like you're trying to dial the settings. It's like, and you're just like messing with the light. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of good there, but it's like, you feel like, I'm sorry, I got to move this over or something like that. So that's definitely
yeah,
something for me.
and then they're waiting, and then you're like, oh my god, they're waiting for you. You got to get this right. Why is it taking you so long to get this right, even though it's only been like 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I would say the easiest part of a shoot for me um, would be the fun.
Mm.
Like just like I've just like always just been like this happy go lucky guy. Um, so like um I have this friend, but I've known him for so long that he's basically my cousin. And like we've known each other since grade school. And I remember like once he told me, he's like, Juan, the first time I saw you, I wanted to punch you. And I'm like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, you were this like little chubby kid walking down the hall in grade school, just like hee, life's great.
Oh my goodness.
um,
Picture.
but but I just I don't know, like life. I've always felt like life's too chaotic. The world is too annoying and dark and scary, and like I don't need to contribute to that. Like so I'm not going to. Like life has to be fun. You have to have joy and light and relaxation and just sort of like just have fun. So like for all of my shoots, I like to start off with a mugshot or at least like the lighting test, but it becomes a mugshot for me where, I'm just always like, okay, just gonna test my lighting, make whatever face you want. And I always it's just like it's such a great like ice breaking moment for on both of our ends because then it's like like it'll either pull out the introverted
Mhm.
cosplayer or like the extroverted one is just going to be like yeah or like flip me off or something. Like it's just like it's such a great start to that.
Hmm.
And then like for me like again like the easy part is to just keep the momentum going. Like
Mm.
I'm gonna tell bad jokes during this set. I'm gonna freak out when there's a really good shot in camera. Like every person I've shot with has heard me go like oh my god like because that's genuine. Like I'm like I love that. I love seeing the stuff that we make. Um it's just I don't know. Like it's both cathartic but also just like it's so what's the word? Thank you Kawaii. Um it's so cathartic and just very like uplifting where it's just like yeah, like you had this whole part of your life that you never did something and now you have this this identity. You have this person, like you know who you are, you know what you want to do, and you're doing that one. Hell yeah. Like 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 past Juan is looking at like present Juan. He's just like, oh my god, dude, you did it.
So yeah, so you kind of said that that's one way to, because that was going to be my next question, was like, what are your ways to bring fun and energy to a shoot? Which obviously that's one method of just trying to like break the ice a little bit, telling jokes. So sort of other ways that photographers should try to do to that effect,
Let's see, like breaking the ice.
or
Um
just again, just ways to bring fun and energy to a shoot. I know, like
uh,
sometimes for me, especially if it is like in person or just off on shoots, like I would definitely like music. I always feel like it's always good to have music, especially depending on the location. Like if I could play music, I'd like to have that just because it
oh
just
for sure.
breaks the silence, if you will. Or sometimes if a
Yeah.
song pops up, then I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. I just
I'm,
make I just make some weird like singing noises like going yeah, 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 yeah,
oh
yeah, yeah.
I love music for a photo shoot and like and sometimes like we're just so caught up in like the jokes or just having fun and riffing that we forget about it sometimes. But like I know so for C2, I already have two like Demon Hunter shoots booked,
Mm,
and I know we're just going to be singing the soundtrack while we're doing these shoots.
mm.
Um, but I don't know, like I just feel like just like on a photographer level, I feel like, and it's like, this is, again, this is no slight to anybody specifically, but just like, oh, just remembering to have fun. Like not, it doesn't have to be anything specific, but just like pulling yourself like a little out of that shadow in your head. Um, to just, just be in the moment with the cosplayer or the model. And then I feel like from that point on, like the like fun or relaxation will come to you naturally. Um, yeah, it just really just depends on the photographer, because it's there's so much that we all have to think about on our own different ways. Where it's like, someone has to think about lighting, somebody has to think about setting up their light stand. Um, it's just it just really just depends on the person.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of like people reading where it's like, all right, you work with someone and some people you can really connect with, and they laugh the jokes sometimes, like, tell it, and either they might be a little stone cold or a little something like that. So I was like, all right, well, I guess it's gonna be that kind
Well,
of shoot. Well, we'll just get through the
I
shoots,
tried.
do our best, and do what we can. Um, so kind of like during the shoot itself, as I kind of knows, especially from that last photo, you seem to be a big fan of like Dutch and tilted angles, to which, they're so prominent in your work, while some photographers like myself, we either try to think compose straight lines and all that stuff. So what makes you want to
Oh,
embrace like the Dutch, the tilted angles? Like, even
this is-
there's a cosplay photographer who streamed, he used to have like he had like a Twitch emoji that was like Dutch angle or something like that. Because and here we go.
okay. See,
This is gonna be the rest of the
it's
streams.
oh, this is my example. So, like, and here's the thing. First of all, we can blame Michael Bay for this, because I would just sorry, somebody messaged about booking for C2. um, you know, again, like like as a kid, like I loved action movies so much. I love like, and it's weird. Well, first of all, it's weird that I was allowed to watch horror movies as a child. Um, and it's like, yeah, you can watch that. Just close your eyes. I'm
Dude,
not going to close
close.
my eyes.
How are
I
you
want to
watching if your eyes are closed?
exactly. It's just like, haha, like that. So I can still see, and I'm wearing glasses, so I can't really cover the glasses.
Hmm.
So like, you know, a lot of horror movies, like you're gonna see something like Puppet Master or Evil Dead. Like you're gonna see your Dutch angles, and it just really stuck with me. Um, and then again with action films, like your Michael Bay, like Michael Bay, dude loves his Dutch angles to a fault. I will admit that. But I don't know. For me, like I feel like how the camera is right now on me, like this. It's straight on. It's normal. It's stoic. It's the shot we're getting. But you're like that, right? Like again, I just feel adds like it's a bit of like a dynamic level to it. I always try to go for the action shot because, like I said, like when I'm shooting somebody, I want it to be like like this one particular specific frame that we are getting in your movie that's playing for us right now that we're making. Um, so for me, like my go-to is actually like what do I have? Okay, aha, Jurassic Park egg.
Oh yeah,
The paperweight. It's a paperweight though.
yeah.
But like for me, like one of my go-to shots is the Dutch, the
I
slight tilt,
think I have an idea.
and then that where it's like like the weapon, the prop, it's like a foreground, but like I like the idea of having it's like an action that's coming at the viewer, or at the reader, like whoever it is, because like I want them to feel sort of like involved with the shot that's happening right now. So it's like, oh, look at this action happening in a moment. It's like that. And I do make sound effects like that during a shoot.
Yeah, you always
I'm
gotta throw a
I,
sound effect.
I'm gonna like I just I don't like silence in a shoot. No one does.
Hmm.
Um yeah. I like my Dutch angles. I admit this. I won't change who I am. And,
So yeah,
uh
as we're kind of talking a little bit about movies and just kind of crazy kind of stuff like that. Haley has a question for you. What is the
oh,
best worst movie that you have ever watched?
the best worst movie?
I guess so.
I have to
always a
think
tough
about this.
one. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
'Cause I always feel like I got to research, be like, all right, what's the best and worst? Where it's like, I know it's bad, but I enjoy it. That degree, like,
The best worst movie. Um, I'm the opposite because there are like 10 movies in my head right now.
all right, what's the first one that comes to mind? What's the first one that comes to mind?
Birdemic.
Birdemic. Okay.
Birdemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Birdemic. The Room.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Room classic.
Eric Gordy's The Last Dragon. It's great. If you like R&B and hip hop, but with like martial arts, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, starring Bruce Leroy.
Oh my goodness.
It's great. William H Macy's in it.
Mm.
Yeah, but like, let's see what else is there. Hercules in New York. That's always a favorite of mine.
Oh, so that is, would you say that's your best worst then? Can you please describe the
Uh,
plot of that for everyone?
okay, so it stars a very, very, very young, super fresh off the boat Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he
Um,
first, yeah, when he first comes to America, but because his accent is so thick, they had to dub him over, and nobody knew who he was. So in the film, his name is Arnold Strong. So,
Arnold Strong.
yeah, but like I love this movie so much because it's like you can watch both versions. You can watch the original audio where he's just like, I am Zeus. No, he's like, I am Hercules, son of Zeus. and like and then you can like switch the audio over and he's just like, hello, I am Hercules, son of Zeus.
That's just
Look at
so.
this man on this poster. like it's wonderful and it's so great. And they had like $1,000 to make it. And at some point he fights a man in a bear suit because he's supposed to be wrestling a bear in
Mhm.
Central Park. like, like, like this bear is just like ready to box like young Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, and like like the woman that he's on a date with, she's like screaming and she's like cheering him on to like, well, get this bear, beat him up. And they're trading blows and everything. It's up there. It has to be in my top five for sure. I don't know about the favorite though. Wait, Kiss, Kiss, it's Kiss.
It's Kiss.
No,
Yes.
it's Kiss. Okay, Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park is my favorite worst movie of all time
Hi,
because
sweetie.
I I Nicole.
She's looking for a
Oh,
hottie. She's looking for a
oh,
hottie.
oh no. So, they're like Indiana Jones. Like Indiana Jones is a search for hottie.
Indiana Jones in the search for hottie. That sounds like a different title right there.
Yeah, but okay.
I'm just like, this is the second time this happened on Snap and Chat. Yeah,
Oh,
because
I love
remember you
it.
did that with Justin.
I just always like to look.
You always like to look, but you last time you just kind of crawled right in. I'm like, all right, here's some treats. Let's see if that'll lure him out. But here you are. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
oh,
Little
oh, hottie.
Oh,
Oh, I
hottie.
see a tail.
Well, that's Hanky there. So
That's Hanky. Hanky, you're not
yeah,
helping. I mean, you could be helping.
a little bit. Well, I don't know either way. But yeah,
Oh my god.
so I don't know. I see
Okay.
all your
Yeah.
letterbox reviews like that you kind of do there. Is there a letterbox review? Can you can you review your latest recent most letterbox review for me?
What did I watch?
Like whatever
Hold
that
on.
you post a review for. Like the
My
most
last
recent,
review.
yeah, your most recent one.
Hold on. I'm opening this up. Also, the Star Wars Holiday Special is up there for me.
Uh
Like, I'm just gonna think of more bad movies. That's just easier. Oh, Babylon. That's the last movie I watched.
So like did you write a review for that one?
I didn't because I didn't know how to feel about it. Um, so I was curious to check it out, and then I saw it was on streaming. And so, well, first of all, it's a long movie. It does not need to be that long. And I hate that so much for like modern cinema. Like
Mm.
I miss when movies were like 1.5 to 2 hours. I don't need a 3 hour movie.
Oof.
Like I need that hour for my life. Like I don't know, like something about 3 hours just like it slogs the movie. Um and like, it just it also feels like um what is it? It feels sort of like the studio is looking down on the audience almost. Actually, I feel like they feel like, no, the audience wants more to their film. Let's have this one shot that's going to take 48 seconds and it's just staring window or something like that, or camera slowly panning and slowly panning,
Mm.
and we're still slowly panning. No, I don't need to see that entire pan shot. So like for Babylon, I'm sorry, a lot of that movie is unnecessary. I appreciate it. I love the fact that it highlighted old Hollywood. I love old Hollywood. Um, it's just, for me, like it's like horror is the big thing, action movies are another thing, but like classic Hollywood, that's like a smaller little cousin that also like holds space in my head. Um, and just to see this film that's just like, you're gonna see like, what's his name? Irving Thalberg. Like somebody played him on a screen. I'm sitting there and I'm just like like Haley was like sort of like in and out of the film, but I'm just like, oh my god, that's Irving Thalberg. She's like, that's nice. I'm like, that's Irving Thalberg. That's the head of a studio. Like he's getting recognition in this film, but that's the thing. Like not many people are going to know or like realize that. Um, or here they are like name dropping Buster Keaton, or just like having like all these examples of like classic Hollywood films, um, showcased through like this filter of like Brad Pitt or Margot Robbie.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know, like I liked and appreciate the, what's the word, like the admiration and just sort of like highlighting the past, where it's like, oh, the introduction of sound, Technicolor, just sort of like seeing the evolution of Hollywood as it grew, and then sort of like also minimized, because by the end of the film, television's a thing now. And at the same time, I also found it to be a very gross and vulgar movie. Like I don't know. Like I just felt it. I felt that it was so like confusing almost, because like when you think of classic Hollywood, you think of your Greta Garbo, your Clark Gable. Everyone back then is like sort of like this titan, or they're untouchable.
That
But yet here's this film.
transatlantic kind of class, if you will.
Yeah. But here they are in this film, like not them specifically, but like these types, where it's like, they're they're drinking, they're snorting everything off of a table. they're they're fighting rattlesnakes in a desert. Um like it's just, I don't know, it pulled me out of the time period, because it's like, here are things that you could see happening today, but like I don't feel like a lot of that happened back then. Like yes, they probably did have those, I mean, let's be honest, they did have those big parties, but like not to the level that that movie has. Like if anyone's seen it, you know what I'm talking about, like the elephant, and just so much happens in a span of like 30 seconds for that one particular scene. um and I don't know, like I don't know if it was just like shock value, or just sort of like, oh, this is what could have happened back then, let me show you like the true Hollywood, like the ones that we don't show you. um I don't know, I gave it 2 stars. I'm very particular about my stars, we have talked about this.
Oh yeah, your stars
But
are a little all over the place with
yeah, well,
certain
no,
things.
okay, I trust my star ratio.
I trust my
Like
star ratio.
yeah, like for me, 1 star is this film exists. 2 stars is that wasn't bad. I know that wasn't bad. 3 is middle of the road, liked it, but wouldn't revisit it again. 4 is just missed the mark, but pretty damn good. And then 5 is perfection.
Mhm.
Um, but like I'll admit it, a lot of my 5s are films that I've seen already. So like if
Mm.
I watch something again
So
and I
you
rate
got
it
that
again,
nostalgia that's giving it points.
yes,
You
it's
got
gonna get
nostalgic
nostalgic
glasses.
points.
You got nostalgic
I
glasses
do.
on.
Yeah, these are not just for seeing. This is nostalgic right here. um, but I don't know. I wanted to like Babylon, but it felt too long, and it felt too, what's the word? Like it felt too, not abrasive, but like it wanted to be in your face when it didn't need to.
Hmm. Fair,
Um,
fair.
like, yeah,
So
that's my review.
that's your review. I was gonna say, yeah, we got a review there. I was like, what's I was gonna ask like what's your craziest review that you've written, but I guess that's it right there.
I would say my craziest one probably would have been Megalopolis. I gave that movie half a star. Like for every because like I mean it's just
Oh
awful. It's an
well,
awful, awful film.
no, fair, fair. Well, let's switch into something a little bit more because, again, from what I always know of you, you're always geeking out over certain fandoms, especially old 80s nostalgic fandoms. And I got a couple of questions to ask you right on the spot here. So I know one thing that you're a big fan on is Gremlins itself. So to which I only showed that movie to Nicole a few years back. She never seen it before, and we did a double feature, and she just got obsessed. Got her a Gizmo plushie and all that stuff, keychains, accessories. But if you just had the opportunity to adopt a Mogwai, what would you call him?
What would I call it?
What would we call or him or her? I don't know. Yeah, I guess there are some girl Mogwais, I suppose, or
There's been one.
gremlins.
We had listen, we got one girl gremlin. Um
The
just like we got
Smurfettes.
one. Yeah, we got one Smurfette.
We
So,
got what was it? Gremfettes? Gremlets? I don't know. What would you
she's just a gremlin. Her name's
Mogfets?
Greta.
Greta. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I love Greta. Um and you know what? Shout out to Gremlins for being so progressive back then.
I know.
But
Well, you had a
what would
cross-dressing one in the first one, I think.
oh my god, we did. That's right. Um what would I name it? I mean, I want to say Gizmo because that's just such a like I don't know. I can't think of one that's not a Gizmo because like you know when you watch the sequel, they have names, they have like attributes because they wanted them to stick out more. So you have
Mhm.
you have Daffy, you have Mohawk, you have Larry, like they're just so like they're just like such random names. I'm trying to think of one. Like I don't know, maybe I can call it Hot Rod.
Hot Rod? Hey, that's my cat's
Like,
name. I
that's
mean,
true. Okay, can't
but
you
I
Hot
mean,
Rod?
up to you, up to you. It's your
Mm.
Mogwai.
Mogwai. I'm trying to think about pun. Why? Like I don't know. Like Mogwai so serious.
Mogwai so serious? All right, fair enough. Mogwai serious. Mogwai serious. Perfect there. Another fandom that you're a big fan of is sort of Godzilla, kaijus, and all that kind of stuff there. So
Yeah.
out of all the kaiju lineups that are there, what is your favorite? And it can't be Godzilla.
Fuck.
I
Okay.
had to throw that curveball for you right there.
Okay, cool. There's my one expletive for the episode. Um,
No,
we're
no, fair.
PG-13 now.
No, exactly.
Okay,
Don't
I
fuck it
can
up
pick
now.
one. See? Okay, well, I guess it's your show.
It is.
You can say what you want. Um, I can pick one kaiju. That's my favorite, but it's not Godzilla. Um,
I'm putting you deep in the thoughts right here.
I'm thinking, man, like the squirrel's going in the
Squirrels running in there.
he's running in the wheel. It's not even a hamster. It's a
I was going to
squirrel in my
say
head.
to the squirrel. The squirrel's going
Um.
nuts right now.
Oh my god! I didn't even say that. You did.
I'm beating you on these puns today, man. I gave Kawhi a good one earlier, where Kawhi was like just I was typing in the chat, being like, Kawhi was like, oh, I don't know whether to steam or not, or iron things or something like that. I was like, Kawhi, don't you want to let off some steam? So
Ah. I wonder if it's cheating to say Kermit as Godzilla.
Kermit, Kermit,
Kermit was Godzilla.
really?
Well, it was like it was like a quick
Yeah,
one-off
yeah.
segment. Um, he was very happy to be evil for one moment. He even says it like in the scene. He's just like doing the scream and everything. He's like, oh, it's not bad. You being bad.
It's not being bad, being bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, actual kaiju. You think the Cloverfield?
The Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep going back to Godzilla, and I can't. um, I mean, Mothra's great, but she always dies.
Mm,
What else is there? No one cares about Rodan. Uh,
going through the lineup.
Ghidorah's a jerk. Yeah, Ghidorah's a jerk. Godzilla's son is the worst. Let's see.
All right. How about this? Like any kaiju, any it doesn't have to be in the Godzilla universe, any just kaiju creature.
Any kaiju creature. I wonder if the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man counts.
I think so, because they're tall as buildings. They're a
Right.
creature. Sure, it's probably more of a ghost figure, but okay, let me see. What is the definition of a kaiju? Kaiju definition. Japanese term, strange beast or monster, commonly referring to giant city destroying creatures. To that. So let me see. Does the Stay Puff Marshmallow Man consider a kaiju? I'm searching this up. Hold the polls. Yes, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is widely considered a kaiju because he's giant city destroying monster, fitting the definition of strange beast from Japanese monster movies. Even though he's an American pop culture icon, an avatar deity, he embodies the spirit of a kaiju with his enormous size, rampage through the city, and need for powerful forces to stop him. Even if he's more whimsical than the traditional Japanese kaiju like Godzilla. In fact, like,
oh my,
I'm like seeing like videos of like that, and there's like a thumbnail that has the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So you got your answer there. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is a kaiju.
I love him.
You love him.
Oh my god. I never thought about that until just now. because yeah, he's big. He goes on a rampage.
Tall as a skyscraper, give or take.
Tall as a skyscraper. He does, he climbs a little bit like King Kong, which I guess King Kong counts, but like, no. I'm sticking with Stay Puft.
Stay Puft. Okay. Another fandom that you're also big on is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles itself. Did you collect any of the toys at all?
As a kid?
Yeah.
Or now?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's fair.
You're a kid at heart. You're a kid at heart.
I'm such a kid at heart. I admit this, and I love it. So yeah, we're gonna get some wand lore right now.
Oh, wand lore.
Yes, as a kid, growing up in Chicago, like growing up in Chicago in the '90s was tough. So like just like not a lot of opportunity to get toys and stuff. So anything that I got was very like limited. So like I remember having this like Michelangelo plushie. And like because like Mikey was always my favorite turtle.
Actually, that was also going to be my question, but I guess that answers that question then.
In the future, I will say that again. But no, Mikey's always been my favorite. Like, I mean, Leonardo's great, but like for me, it's just like I said, like Mikey, he's funny. Like he breaks tension. He never gives up. He just always has that like positive attitude, no matter how dire the consequences are, or like the circumstances in a fight. This really shows a lot about me and how I became how I am. But I had this little Michelangelo plushie, and like I don't remember like what happened to him like in life, or like if like my parents would give stuff away because we had so many cousins. So I would come home and like my PlayStation is gone because it's like, well, no, like you have a Sega now, so you don't need two, you can have the one. So like stuff like that would happen, and I feel like that's what happened with my Ninja Turtle. And like I don't know, like it like just vanished from my life. And then Um, I'm gonna get cheesy. So like, hi Haley, I love you. And she greatly encourages me to like, you know, revisit my childhood this way.
Hmm.
And she's absolutely right because it's like I'm an adult, but it's there's nothing wrong with treating yourself to things that you wanted as a child.
Hmm.
So like the fact that like now I have like one of each turtle on my shelf. Like I didn't have that as a kid. I wanted that so badly as a kid, but like again, like it was just so like limiting. And I don't know, like you were also like you weren't allowed to have certain things,
Hmm.
whether it was money or just like the fact that I don't know, like it just like really felt that they didn't care about us having certain things or just things in general, really. Like I had a turtle plushie. I had a Ghostbuster. Like I had a knockoff Power Ranger that we got in
Hmm.
Mexico.
Ah.
Who went yeah yeah. He didn't say hi ya. He went in Spanish. So like 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 um like just stuff like that. So like nowadays like I want to give inner child Juan like the childhood he deserves
Hmm.
now. And like, like I said, like Haley's just like been like super supportive with that. So it's always just like, oh, like, do you have that toy? Do you have that turtle? Do you want that turtle? And that's why I have so many gizmos right now too, because I love
Ah.
Gizmo. I have like 6 now. um, but just like, um, I don't know. It's it's been great to it's been great to just like grow that part of my life too,
Hmm.
because like I said, like you know, it wasn't a great childhood. Like parents were always fighting,
Hmm.
or like just like I'm a kid and I had to like break up fights. Like who
Hmm.
does that?
No,
Um,
kids shouldn't do that.
yeah. So like it's just I dove into my imagination a lot, and with the toys that I had, even though none of them like connected in any way, you had like I said, you have knockoff Spanish Power Ranger who El Rojo. Like, yeah. And then like a Mikey plushie, and then like Egon, like like out of all the Ghostbusters, it's Egon. Like I made do with what I could, but a lot of it was just like fueled by imagination,
Hmm.
and I wish I could show Kid Juan like like how he turned out, you know, like it's just like it's such a turnaround from everything. Like that scared kid, like that kid who like couldn't have fun, or he felt like he wasn't allowed to be who he wanted to be. It's like, no, look at who you are now,
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah, exactly where you've grown and gone to. So maybe to brighten the mood up a little bit, let's do a little snap and chat here. To which do
Hey,
I have? I think I probably still got the share window up. Do I? No, I turned it off for you. So let me put that back on, and I want you to tell
very
me how you took this photo. If you
good.
could
Where
see
is
it,
it? I have to find it again.
I want you to tell me how you took this dramatic but yet majestic photo here, as I keep
Where is it?
describe is
I can't.
oh, let me double check. Do I have the right window? Yeah, I have it on Discord.
I don't see it. I see you.
On Discord? Let me try.
Yeah.
Or did you click it? Streaming. Or should I just send you the link?
That'd be funny.
I'll just send you the link. There you go. Then you'll
Just kidding.
know.
If I want to open Wordle.
Don't worry. Don't worry
uh,
about it. Once you see,
listen,
you'll have a laugh.
listen. To everyone, I'm real bad at Discord. Oh, it's Tappy.
There you go. All right. See, it's not that bad. You were
Oh
scared.
my
You're like,
god.
oh God, what photo is this? Like, it's your bloody cat.
It's my little step boy.
Your little step
My little,
boy, your little stepson, your little step
my
cat.
little, and look, there's my pun. I
Oh, there you
can't
go.
wait for the weekend.
Oh, I see. Key. Oh, kid. Okay, I see. Didn't even
Ah,
notice that there. But yeah,
yeah, I
so
got.
tell me, yeah, I like it. In fact, I am overdue to try to get photos of my boys. Like maybe because Nicole's either gonna be going out to see her coworker or something like that. So I was like, maybe I could get photos of the boys. I keep telling myself I need to get photos of the boys. I need to get photos of the boys. So I want some advice. I want you to tell me how you set up any fun things that happen while taking this. Because honestly, I think you posted this almost a year ago.
Oh my god, yeah. It says for me it was 51 weeks ago. Gosh, um, it's just weird, like what happens in a year, because
Yeah.
like this this particular shot was just by accident. Like nothing was staged. Like he was really like I came over to Haley's place, and this is before we moved in together. So like I'd come over, and I think she was probably editing on her computer, and Taffy was just like hanging out by the window, and like I was just like, oh, I really like the shot. Let me just like sneak on over to him. I like, walk over, like so. Like right now, he's just looking out the window in the shot. Um, but what did I do? I just like if you take a photo on your phone, and I feel like not a lot of people know this, but like if you pull up your phone, join me class, if you will, grab your phone, and when you're in photo mode, there's like a little like sundial that nobody really knows how to like use, and
Oh,
if you just hold it down and like lower that without losing focus on your subject, you can lower the lighting but still maintain like your subject, like you know, clear in photo. But you have to be very careful because if you press anywhere else in the photo, all the light's just going to jump right back into your shot.
mm.
So, like, and I was so worried because like he's a cat, so I feel like
So
this.
this is an iPhone photo?
Yeah, I just took
Oh.
this on my phone, and like I was so worried that like as soon as I like get ready to press, or take the shot, he's gonna move. But no, he just sat there and just like stared out the window. Like he just knew he was getting the most dramatic cat photo ever. And like, I took the shot. Sounds like a sniper, but I took the shot.
Take the
And
shot. Take the shot at the cat.
yeah, and like, Haley was wrapping up her work, and I was just hanging out on the couch. And then I just, darkened the background a bit, not even a bit, just like completely. And like before I knew it, it's just like I just got this, like this was just like in her, like in her bedroom, just to the side by the window.
Hmm.
Like it's just like I love that. I love moments like that where it's just like, you don't let's see, what did he say? Ansel Adams, that always stuck with me, where he said that it is the photographer, not the camera, that is the instrument. Like I tell people this all the time because I have friends who are like, oh, I don't have a fancy camera, I'm no photographer. And I'm like, no, like I've seen the photos you take on your phone. Like anyone can be a photographer. Like it doesn't matter what you're using. This is a clear example. Like this is just like me on a phone, like on a random like weekday afternoon that I came over. Like nothing was staged. Like we try to take stage photos of Tappy, and he knows it. Like he will move, he will like hide or just like scurry away, or it's just like he's not going to look at the camera, unless you're like holding him and like enticing him or just like scratching under his shin. But like this, like just again, it was just like a happy accident.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I love it. I completely forgot I took this photo.
I don't know. So as I said, it was just a fun thing to have a description there. So I think this is a good little moment for us to take a quick little break, just get some more tea, run to the restroom,
Ooh,
what have
get
you.
some water.
Get some water. Yes, get more water, please, Juan. So we'll be back shortly in 5 minutes or so. So don't go anywhere.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back. We're back, all freshened up. I got a bottle of seltzer, water here, tea filled up. How you doing so far, Juan?
I am doing fan-freaking-tastic.
Fan
I'm
freaking
having a lot of
tastic.
fun.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that. Just it's kind of nice, just like just talk, banter, what have you. Go deep diving into your surf history a little bit there. And yeah, no, I think we're all kind of good, nice and chill on a nice cold day like today. But yeah, so anyways, continuing on with the oh wait, I got the wrong header on. It says cosplay critique. That's not right. Oh
Oh
goodness.
no, run!
Whoops, my fault there. But I could easily pivot this to another explain that Graham, to which we'll pull up right here.
Let's
Is
do it.
this photo from the No Kings March? Because again, we're kind of talking a little bit about like how cosplay is not just your only thing. You do like a lot of other stuff, and you were able to attend one of the marches last year, correct?
Yes. Wait, which photo was it?
Basically like the overhead one. Or yeah, do I have my share screen, or do I need to send this to you again?
Send it to me again.
Send it to you
Listen,
again. Okay, okay.
I'm real bad with this. I'm
Oh
okay.
wait,
Just
it's
so people know this now. This
hold
is
on.
just like a
Maybe
PSA.
let me try it now. I actually wasn't sharing the screen, so maybe.
Aha.
All right, so that was, I guess that was on me where it wasn't on. So pardon me, pardon me.
But here's the thing, because I don't use Discord a lot.
Hmm.
I don't Discord. I don't TikTok. I have those apps. I'm real bad at those, and I'm really trying to use them a lot more.
Mhm.
Um, but just as a PSA to people, just bear with me as I catch up with with technology that's already been around for so long. All right. Oh yeah, this shot. Ah, I love that shot. Honestly, I'm so proud of it.
Hmm.
Um, Michael, Michael and I like, well, because it was me, Michael, and Laura. We went to this protest together. Um, and we got there like about an hour, like a little, like maybe like close to, like, to an hour and a half hour before it started, and the crowd size was just so insane. Like we were just stuck. We could not move,
Hmm.
and so um, eventually, they did their speeches, and they were just like, "Cool, and we're gonna go marching," and everyone in the crowd is just like, "Yeah, let's go." No one knew which way to go at first. Like genuinely, the entire crowd is just moving this way on Daily Plaza. Um, all of a sudden, you just hear like the crowd is chanting. It's like, "Turn around, turn around." And so, like, we had to like go back the other way and then begin to like work our way up, um up State Street. But what is that? That state, that street, that's the next
Um,
one over from State.
I'm, I should try to know these downtown streets, but I don't. So,
Right. But you know
um,
what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So, like, the crowd, like this entire crowd is moving, and then Michael just looks at me and he's just like, "Juan, do you want to make your way to the front? Like, is that something you want to capture?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool." Um, us began like jogging, like just jogging with like your backpack and your gear on, and like we cut up to State Street. I remember this because no one was on State Street. Like State Street was just like another day in Chicago. Like you just had tourists just shopping and just like walking around and just taking
Hmm.
photos of like the Chicago theater. And like we paused for a quick second because it's like, do they not realize that there are literally thousands upon thousands of people one block over protesting the current state and climate, and just here you just have like this like bubble like of people who like are ignoring it
Hmm.
or just continuing on with their lives. And like we were just like, well, that's really freaking weird. Anyways, so we run up State Street, we catch up to the front of the protest line, and we just maintain pace with like the front of the line that entire time. And we're taking like all these great shots and everything. Michael has a funny photo of me, um, sort of like running like to get out of his shot, and I look very gremlin like because I'm punched like as I'm trying to like get out of the way. It's like just like get out of his shot.
The typical I'm being photographed photographer post.
Yes, like I didn't want to get into shots. So it's just like me laughing and running, scurrying away.
Mm.
But like for this particular photo, um, we realized this was like towards like the last half hour of the protest, and we realized that like the way that like the police what you call it, barricades were, they were going to turn onto this street, and so we walked ahead a little bit just to like stay ahead of the crowd. And as soon as we got to this corner right by the trees right here,
Mm-hmm.
I look up and I see the what you call it,
The L.
like the L stop, and I look up and I'm just like, oh, we got to get up there. And then just like Michael very quickly like realizes like what I'm talking about, and like Michael's tall, so we're both running, but he is clearly much faster because he's taller.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like keep pace with him. I'm dying by this point. You see, the sun is out.
Yeah.
I'm also wearing flannel because it was colder. But when the protest started, it was colder. um, by this point, I'm dying. I'm wearing flannel. I have like a hoodie and a flannel on, and we run to the train station, and just like very quickly pay just to get up to this like platform. And like by the time we get up there, like here are all these other photographers running behind us too. It's just like, oh crap, like they had the same idea as us, so we have to find like the spot. So like
get the
we
first
just
dibs. Get the first dibs.
yeah, and honestly, and that was like also like an awesome quick like moment of camaraderie, because like we get the shot, like we get the shots we want with the great angles, and then like other photographers are just like in awe of what's happening, and we're just like, hey, do you want this spot? And they're like, oh my god, yeah. So like we're like trading spots with other people on the platform just to like really get coverage of this whole area. And like people down below, like they just see this entire like like shelf basically of
Yeah.
photographers just like above them taking photos. Everyone's cheering.
Yeah.
And like honestly, like that day felt so good in such a very tumultuous and like scary time. Like it's good to look back and just like remember like, oh, this one moment where like the city came together. I honestly like I've never felt as safe as I did that day, because there were so many people there who were there for the same thing, the same message, the same hope. um and just like, I don't know, I felt so proud to be like from Chicago. Like just like it was like when the Cubs won. Like there's
Yeah.
so many people on the same page being nice to each other. And like honestly, like it's like I mean, like world is what it is right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I maintain hope that it's going to get better. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to lose that hope. I can't. um Honestly, like I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm very aware of myself in the world, like
Mm-hmm.
because I'm who they're looking for, I'm who they're keeping it out for. Even though I was born here, even though I've lived here literally my entire life, I've been in the city for 40 years. That's not gonna matter to them. But like, it really should not be like this. I mean, of course it shouldn't be this, but like
Mm-mm.
the fact that we've gotten to this point, and the fact that like there's still so much more that we don't know about, it's scary. And I just like, again, like not to be sad, not to be downtrodden or anything, but like just like the fact that we're starting to see so much pushback, both like figuratively and literally, with this kind of a thing now. Like this, like I feel like this protest was just like one of those pinnacle moments. Like people are gonna look back on that,
Mm-hmm.
um, like along with everything else. But like this was just like one of those moments where like literally like all across the country, you just saw like this unifying feeling of just like no.
No, that's wonderfully said. Like I was at the Women's March like back in 2017, like January 2017. And it
Mhm.
was kind of like that little bit. It was like how massive and crazy it was. And just kind of like what you said, like everyone was ready to march. It was like, wait, where do we go? We don't know where to go. We're just follow the crowd. But kind of like you, where we were right along I was with actually my mom. We were like on like Michigan Avenue, and then there was like some people who were standing on top of an L stop and what have you. And like, as the crowd's kind of like going into the city, like some woman is chanting, like, this is what democracy looks like, or something like that. And I remember I was doing both photo and video. Don't know where I have the video stuff. I do have like an image just like of behind the person, then blowing out like at the microphone, but you just see like the swarms of crowds
Yeah.
coming in from that. I should try to like post that in there, but it is kind of interesting where you see those moments and it is like unifying against the darkness that has been shrouding, but it's a bunch of great lights that keeps glowing and burning
I,
bright.
I love it. Um, I mean, you open up your phone and it's just, I don't know. I feel like there, like there's just like a lot of just like, you know, um, not negativity, but just like you see, you see all these attempts to like, invoke fear, create fear,
Or you
like,
just it's just more prominent because of social media and like people
yeah,
posting and all that, and either you're getting different angles or just seeing more reports about it. It's just more prominently known and visual.
yeah. But like now, like even today, like I feel like we're starting to see oh, like no, like people are like actively actually getting it now.
Hmm.
And not just like the people who were like saying it before because like they've, God bless them. And it's true, like, I'm one of them. They've always been there. Like not so much it's not so much I mean, it's part paranoia, but also part like preventative actions. Like you have to be paranoid and worrisome because like you don't like it's crazy to think that something like this could have happened in America because you don't think that here. I
Yeah.
mean, this is America. But like now here we are, and it is happening. And geez, bless you.
No, it was a cough. It was a cough. Sorry.
I was like, okay. I was like, gosh. Um, I just, I'm starting to see, like I said, like literal, but also like figurative pushback. Like there's like people like even today, like not today, but like today, like I'll see videos of people like actively like, you know, pulling someone away
Hmm.
from ice or, like just like following the cars, like I mean, please, like if you're going to do that, follow in a safe way, please. Um, and or like last week on my way to work, I will see people because I have to go through like the Montrose area,
Hmm.
which it's a very Hispanic area, and there's so many signs that all say the same thing. Like these are our rules. Like this is what's not allowed. This is like who is not allowed. Like
No,
ICE is not allowed
same
here.
in Pilsen. Yeah, there's definitely a number of stores. Like I remember first seeing it like right coming back from like uh winter break, or at least from celebrating Christmas with Nicole's family. I went to a supermercado nearby, and yeah, I saw like those like anti ice, or just like things to just like what to do if ice does show up, and how it's both in English and Spanish as well. So
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I
and
mean, like,
even technically today, I just noticed one at the DePaul like film school that's next door to us. They had a sign, like even though it's like in the breezeway, and even though it's like a gated like area, like they posted something up as well. So it's like it's kind of nice that well, I mean it's not nice, but you know what I mean. But just either that people are recognizing, trying to create safe spaces, and either like put in almost almost as if it was like rules of instructions, like in case of this emergency or something like that. So
yeah, and I love that. Like, because like again, like you have to show that much, connection in a community. Like if they're gonna like they're driving all over the place.
yeah.
Um, it's scary because even this like it was not even like a few weeks ago they were like I got a video I got like a video message from Haley because they were around the corner from us, like at a
Hmm.
gas station. Like we're Evanston.
Yeah.
Like we are so far north and out of the way, but it's like how what do you what are you gaining from this? First of all, nothing. You're propagating fear and everything, but also you're at a random gas station around the corner. like like you're inciting, and like that's the point. Like it's not immigration. Like they're painting it as this picture of just like, oh, immigration and criminals and everything. But um, I just it's just really just all about fear with them. And I love that like every day, like you just see more and more people are just like fighting or pushing back
Yeah.
or saying something back.
And even, yeah, it is kind of like that a little bit where tools are being available. Like even at the Book and Boulders, how they had that like little bowl of like, ice whistles, and I'm seeing that more in action. So it's like I did take one of those bowls and actually like I keep it in my car now just to
I want to
have.
whistle.
I mean, just get any whistle, I suppose.
That's
Um,
that's true.
but anyways, some great talks of discussions here. But I say let's get back into our photo editing kind of talks. Or do you want to talk about
Do it.
food? Do you want to talk about food?
I'm fine either way.
Um, I don't know. Um,
Listen, I'm one. I talk about anything and everything.
that's very fair. How about this? Let's get back into photo stuff, and then we'll talk about food a little bit later. So yeah,
Yeah.
as we were talking about, you're mostly in cosplay. Um, and you've done like a few things as we've seen. You've done some sort of, for like a better word, events or street photography earlier. Then you did some stuff with tapioca. Is there
Yeah.
a subject genre that you've never done but you've always wanted to get into?
Oh, that's a good question. A genre that I've never done but want to get into.
Yes.
Uh, oh no, it's tangled up. Um,
I need to do some wire management with this desk.
Go for it. I'm gonna think. A little loading circles going.
Or
um,
or another question, is there a genre subject that you would never shoot? Like
I
never
would never shoot.
like ever go into? Like certain kind of like subject matter
Um, I want to say sports.
that you don't want to photograph?
Yeah, like I don't know, because like I don't know, shooting sports seems intimidating, but also like I don't know. I feel like I'm not at a point where I can just very quickly just like be at the ready, because I mean because anything can happen during in a game, at any point. Like so you just have to be like constantly on and vigilant, and I feel like that would just like really like irk me
Mhm.
or piss me off, where it's like here's going to be this great moment, or like here's this great home run or a touchdown, and I feel like because and like here's the thing, so like I'm just now becoming a sports guy, um because of Haley's mom. Like
uh,
I love I love Sandy. Sandy, you're watching maybe. I love you. You're awesome. And if you are watching, and she's very much into sports, but again, as a kid, my dad was very much a sports guy, but he was also a very scary guy. So like, I never wanted to watch sports with him. But like now, because Haley's mom loves sports, it's really adorable, to just like talk about that with her and to just like shed the excitement together, like the Bears, like holy
oh
cow.
yeah.
like like I don't think I've been a Bears person since like the Super Bowl shuffle was a thing. Like like I was like, that's a fun song, I love it. Like it's
No,
not even the fact that they won.
I showed that to Nicole. Like we were watching that after medieval times, and it
Yeah.
was good enough that we went to like a cocktail bar for that first half because obviously like I was checking the phone like, oh, the score's not looking good, the score's not go good. But then when we got home and we were watching the second half, then it was enticing. She was really getting involved into it and all
It
that stuff.
is.
But
I get it, man. Like I don't know if and because it feels different from like previous seasons that I've seen or like previous games of the Bears that I've watched. Like this, like it's true. like they really do just like take you on a roller coaster ride in the second half, if not the fourth quarter, every time. Um, so like you don't want to lose hope because you have that feeling, you have that experience of like they're gonna come through, they're gonna push, and they're gonna like they're gonna like get it, and they did. Like the game was intense. Like there was times when I was just like pacing in our living room because of that. like, um, like I don't know. So like I guess maybe eventually I would be open to shooting something like that, but like for right now, I would say no to shooting sports because again, like I feel like as someone who's just getting into it, like I would want to get a feel for how like certain teams play, certain games go,
Mhm.
before I would dive into something like that.
Not fair. Now, in those answerings, did you ever figure out a subject genre that you wanted to get into, or still circles? If not, we can move on to another one.
um, the genre that I want to get into, let's see, I do horror a lot, do cosplay, so I do science fiction. Um, wait, okay, so
Oh,
kind of
we got
yes,
something. We got something.
um, because I don't do a lot of glamour, um, and I want specifically, I want to do like black and white, like old school Hollywood glamour.
Hmm.
Um, like like the work of like George Hurrell, like that's the level that I want to do. I want to do
Hmm.
that with people. And and I've like had this idea in my head for like a couple of years, but just never happened. But like that's that's I mean, I don't know, that's a genre that I've always been fascinated by because it's like we know like we don't really know like the lighting tricks that they did back then because they were still figuring it out back then. So
Hmm.
like a lot of it's just like trial and error, just like guessing just based off of all these iconic photos that you see of just like old school Hollywood glamour. But like honestly, I want to bring that back to like the now, like just sort of like a modern take on like what used to be. uh, yeah, that's a genre I want.
That's a genre that you want. Perfect there. Sorry, I
Yeah.
pulled off for somewhere my questions. There's my questions. So especially for like us, how we kind of got into cosplay photography, do you think some photographers just stumble into the genre, like again, just any of genre of their field, or do they try to pursue it?
um
I'm just saying
that's a
cosplay
good
as an example, but still it is kind of like one of
correct.
those things.
I feel like it just depends on the person, just like like who you are as a person, not so much the photographer. Like if you like geeky things, you're going to be drawn to cosplay. um if you love music, I feel like that person's going to be more inclined to shoot like bands or like festivals or anything. But like I don't know, I think it's just it's a bit of stumbling also because like you don't really know what you want to shoot yet, so like you have to try a little bit of everything. um like when I first started out, like I really thought that band photography would have been my thing. Like because like when I started off in photography, like I didn't know anyone in cosplay, I didn't really know the scene or anything. I've been going to comic conventions since I was a teenager. Like I went to Fan Expo when it was Wizard World.
Oh yeah.
I was at I was at the first C2E2, like, and I've gone to everyone since then.
Like
Um,
the original first one, because yeah, what year are they on now?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because didn't they like celebrate their, was it 30th or was it something else? I forget what, but
They just
goodness.
celebrated some anniversary, and it made me feel old because because I remember going to that first one, and I was in college, and I covered it for my school newspaper. Um, and
Oh,
like I got like
2010, it says.
oh
C22 was held for the first time April 16 to 18, 2010.
oh man, that's forever ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so oh god, yeah, it's gonna be, it was okay, yeah, I was celebrating 15 years last year because I thought there was like a date milestone mark or something.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was like so empty. Like, and they had carpet. I was like,
RIP the carpet.
oh man, I missed that red carpet. But like it was so, it was just as big, like physically, but like there was just no one there. Like you got to like walk around, and like I said, I was covering it for my school newspaper. So like, here I am, interviewing like this like Green Lantern artist, Ethan Van Sciver, or I got to like sit down and have like an hour and a half interview with Max Brooks, who wrote like World War Z and the Zombie Survival Guide, which was like
Oh,
a core memory for me.
Okay, all right. I found some stats because I'm on Wikipedia right now. So that first C2E2, the
Yeah.
attendance number was 27,000.
God.
Guess what was last year's number? Or at least this is estimates, I suppose. At least I think
of last year.
Yeah, I think this came from an article, I think. But
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess like 500,000.
no,
I feel like we're up there.
Little less, but still. But
Yeah.
100,000.
Really?
Yeah,
That's it.
I think so. But I mean, that is still major numbers. That is still major numbers right there. So
that's wild. It feels like more people.
I know it always feels more people.
Because there's so many of them.
Actually, yeah, like you could actually, yeah, it is interesting where I think, yeah, you can see the number rise almost to 100,000, like, and especially in like C2E2 2020, it was at 95,000.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't have the numbers for 2021 when it was like right after COVID, but then as it started rolling back, then it was like 65, 75. So I don't know. So I don't know.
We're going back up.
Yeah, going back up and all that stuff. So
wow, man, we lucked out on that one.
Yeah. Or you mean the 2021?
Yeah, well, no, the 2020, because that was just before lockdown.
No, I was like nervous going to C2E2 because again, my family's in the medical industry and all that stuff. Right. So I was like, all right, gonna have somewhat of a face mask, even though it wasn't really much of a mask. It was just like a scarf, and then actively washing my hands. Like just be like, I know there's a lot of people coming from a lot of countries, so let's see how this goes.
6 feet away, please.
Exactly. But
oh no, Haley Gecko.
oh goodness. But yeah, no, that's fair. Like how we just kind of just stumble in onto the genres that we have, whether it is just our interests and such. Because I almost thought I was going to get into like theater photography or performing arts because I was part of drama club, but I was also involved with yearbooks. I was always assigned to like photograph like all the shows, and then I was kind of photographing more shows, like even outside of high school. So I thought I was going to get into that. Even my sister, like she works for a dance company. And so like she sometimes hired me to take some photos of their performances, or at least rehearsals or something like that. So
see, that sounds cool. I would shoot dance. I would want to try.
Dance is very fun, but again, you really got to work with the lighting, locations, and all that stuff. And especially for performances, is either like, all right, you got to really use a telephoto lens, but it's like kind of working like, all right, some of the stage light can only do so much, but I digress. So as we're kind of talking about like genres that you want to get into, what is a shoot or location that you've always wanted to do?
Oh man, a shoot or location. A shoot that I've always wanted to do, and it's like the first thing that pops in my head every time. I've always wanted to do like Star Wars by way of Akira Kurosawa.
Okay.
Because like I want my samurai Jedi, like, and I want my Shogun Sith. Like I want I want the full look, and like I want like lightsaber samurai swords. Like, I don't have the time to get into that, but like, it's like because I mean, okay, so like Kurosawa films inspired Star Wars, and like, but like I want to see that right back through that same film. So I want to like sort of like reverse it and take it back. Like I want like lightsaber duel in the woods. I want like Jedi meditating in like a temple. Like I want
Japanese temple or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Like I've dreamt about this like since I started photography. because that just always felt like such a cool visual idea for me. And like, and I know because like there's a friend of mine, Ken. He's like, no, dude, like there's a group. However, they're at Dragon Con, so like
Oh yeah, that does sound
they're
about right.
they're so far away from me, but like they have what I want. However, it's Dragon Con, so
Dragon Con.
I mean, I want to go there someday, um, just to like at least experience it once.
Yeah, it is a major con, I will say. Like I was happy when I went and I was mostly lobby conning, but I was also doing like quick short shoots, and honestly that was a good balance right there for me.
See that I want that.
I like
like,
that. That.
yeah, I want fun. I want to see like multiple floors of people. I want to see like the really super niche cosplays. Uh, yeah, and like I've wanted like yeah, like I want Star Wars. I want I want samurai Star Wars in my life. I need it. I could die happy if I do that. And like I said
Mhm.
before, I want like I want my zombie
How can a Capital
outbreak
One
like shoot to happen. I want a group of like 30 people. Um, I want 25 of them to be zombies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I want specifically, I want to shoot this like 4th of July, or yeah, like 4th of July weekend, because my entire life I've always thought that that's the best night to shoot something zombie related,
Mm.
because you know you have all these fireworks going off, so it sounds like gunfire, and it's like like Chicago gets so smoky on the 4th of July, like especially at night.
True.
And I'm like, this. I want zombies coming out of that smoke. I want like, you know, just like empty streets, because everyone's going to be shooting fireworks, so there's not a lot of traffic.
Mhm.
Like that. Or you know, I want to go to like one of these dying malls that's like in the suburbs out here, and I want, you know, like I want to just like, you know, I want my Romero shots. I want my, you know, Shaun of the Dead shots. Um, and like even in that same vein, like I just like even like Call of Duty, like you know, Nazi zombies, I would want that
Oh
as well.
goodness. These zombies, man.
We there's a bunker like an hour and a half outside the city that I've been dying to shoot at, and I just have not had the time or the idea or the concept yet, but I know it's out there.
It's out there. It's out there someday.
It genuinely is. It's in a forest preserve, and no one goes to this thing.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
Continuing on with some of the questions, I think you already mentioned what about photography that you enjoy the most, which is kind of like nothing beats that feeling of being that high feeling when you make an image exist as if it was a scene from a movie, or just everything just
Yeah.
connects the dots right there. So I think that's what you mentioned already. But what has been like the hardest lessons that you've learned on your photo journey? I don't know whether if you might have mentioned something similar or
The hardest lessons. Oh gosh. Okay, I know the answer. Um, Shooting in raw was the hardest lesson.
gotta make that move.
Like I know, but I was so intimidated by it. So like for like at least the first 2 years, I shot in JPEG, and I feel bad because like you know looking back on it now, it's like man, you could have done a lot more with those photos. One, had you shot in RAW, but like I don't know, like I'm very like I said before, I'm a very stubborn person. If I don't drink water, look at how long it took me. Look at how long it's taken me to like convince me to drink water at a convention. Like I don't know. Like I just found shooting in raw to feel like such an intimidating lesson or change, and I was so scared that I would have to learn all these new things or download new programs. I didn't know what it entailed, and like as soon as I like tried it out, it's like oh, this actually isn't that bad. Oh, I could have been doing this a lot sooner.
Yeah, it's always like pushing yourself through that, and you're like, "Oh my god, that is not as hard as I thought," or some
Yeah.
degree. Yeah, no, believe me. Like I remember in high school when I was shooting photos, I was only taking JPEGs, and I was like, "The photos are perfect. Nothing can change them. Like this is my art." but then like
It's fine.
after some time, and then even getting into, because I think it was in college, because there was someone on yearbook who was taking photos and run. She was actually a very good photographer. But either way, that's when I pushed it. I'm like, I'm eating my own words right now. Or some of that degree. But anyways, continuing on. If money was no issue, how would you build your ideal photo bag, or would you build a photo studio? Well,
Oh my
I guess
gosh.
that's the answer. You already answered that, of not really caring for studios, doing studio work kind of stuff. So what would be something that you invest in, I suppose?
I guess okay. Okay, I'm gonna edit that for a quick second because if money was no object, I would have I would have a photo studio warehouse because then at least I could have a large enough set area for
Okay.
things. um, like I'm talking like an airplane hangar here, like something huge, with like a field in the back,
Hmm.
like out back, so like we can use that for like outdoor shots.
Okay.
You know, um, potentially have like a fake castle on the side,
Castle just
and
casually on the side.
yeah, cover all the genres, man. So that way,
It's only
you've
a bottle.
got yes, exactly. Oh, hell yeah. Um, yeah, like I would
It's like
want like
I
to
never thought I
cover
would
all.
ever use that quote so much before in my life.
This is it. We brought the opportunity, but like yeah, like if money was no object, I want a fake castle. I want like what is it? What's the term? Just
Studio
like
backlot.
yeah, like a studio backlot basically. Like I want my Warner Brothers lot, but I want to be able to
You want
shoot
your own
there.
Universal Studios, like
Yes,
have your own
yeah,
Mario Land, have your own Harry Potter, have
yeah.
like jungle for Jurassic Park.
Yes, I want my LB Mayer lot where it's
Will be
like, yeah,
mayor.
that's yeah,
Yeah.
like oh, okay, cool. So we can okay, so like I want the ability to shoot on a street without having to deal with people. So I will have a fake street, like and then we can shoot there. Like we can shoot fashion on my fake street block, or we can shoot in the fake jungle. Um, oh my god! And I would have like I would buy a T Rex
Oh
from
my
Jurassic Park.
god. Oh my god. So what I'm hearing is you're gonna buy a studio, but it sounds like you're investing more outdoor location stuff.
Yeah.
The logistics there. It's like I got a studio. Most of the stuff's outside. It's like now it sounds like you're just making an amusement park or like a kiddie fun land.
And people
But
will come here to shoot.
yeah, now it sounds like a paintball course now.
God, that's so cool. I would have like an old western town.
Oh, there we go. Just like, oh goodness, this is the imagination.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would want okay, but I will say like for
Oh,
the
there's more.
bag.
There's
Okay,
more.
let's really bring it in for a hot second.
Bring it in.
Okay, because like if I had for camera wise, I want a black magic camera. I've been eyeing that camera for like the last 5 years. And it's just like insane quality. Like it looks so good. And I know they've even shot like a couple movies with it already, and it's like not that expensive, but it is that expensive. Like as God is my witness, one of these days I want it. Like leave my hands. Anyways, okay, there's that. There. I've reined it into something camera wise.
Camera or photo like tangible in hands kind of wise. So
Yes, yes, black magic.
black magic. But yeah, so yeah, currently right now you're kind of like a freelance, sort of like you do photography as a side gig slash hustle or something like that. Would you like to be a full-time photographer, or would you like to keep it as a side hustle business?
Mm, why does it feel harder to answer?
No, it's an honest question, honestly. Some people know right off the bat, some people are already like living the life. So it's like, all right, well, I no, that's a question off the offhand.
yeah. Um, I don't know.
Long
I would. I mean,
pause.
I, and I feel like that adds to the answer because, like, I feel like I would lean more towards no because, like, I don't know. I like I said before, I get in my head a lot.
Mm,
So like I feel like the people that we know who do this for a living, like this is their job, this is their livelihood. Like they've had training, they've had school, they've been doing this much longer than I have. Like any of those can apply to any of these people, and like for me, like a lot of it, like I said, like it's just like it's hands-on work. It's just like learning on the go. Like I feel like I would feel too intimidated to try to do something like that full time when I don't feel like I have enough know-how or experience or like I don't know, like even I don't know, like just running that as a business as itself, that would feel less intimidating than just like like trying to maintain this like high level or standard. Like if you're gonna have this as your own business, then like you have to have this high level. And I feel like where I'm at now is sufficient enough
mhm,
to maintain that.
mm, very fair. So yeah, for me, I kind of like keeping it a side hustle because again, it's like I don't want every shoot to be a paycheck or like trying to like, I just rather like, have the extra money to either help fulfill the hobby, but also know that I'm financially secure on some aspects to that degree.
Yeah,
So, but
it's
anyways,
helpful.
like if for those who aren't like, full-time photographers, but what do you think is a measure of success for a photographer?
Measure of success for a photographer.
Yeah. Which I know in this
Um,
day and age, people think it's follower count, but I know a lot of photographers are like, nah, that's not it.
no. Oh,
Nah.
because like I mean, I've seen people with like less than 1,000, but take like, but I see people with like low follower counts, but take amazing shots. And on the same, but in the same vein, I see people with you know thousands of followers, but they're taking mediocre work, like because they become a little too complacent. So they rely on the follower count to maintain their popularity or that edge.
Mhm.
But it's just like I would say it's more just like you're what's the word? Like you're not influence, but like you're what you give
Mhm.
like to the community or to like to the community as a whole. Like like if people think of you and think of your great work, I feel like that's a good mark. Or just like in a weird way too, like oh, like if a lot of people use your photos as like profile pics, I feel like
Yeah.
that's like that's
the
like a
biggest
good in a
the biggest compliment a photographer could get.
it, oh my god, like I'm good enough to like for you to want to see my version of you every day, like in your profile, like that. It's just like I don't know, like in a weird way, I feel like that's a great compliment. Um, and also just like yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it shouldn't be about clout. It shouldn't be about like you know, how many followers you've got or like what you're shooting with. Like, because again, it could just be anything. Like you could shoot on any type of camera. You can have any type of follower account, but like it's what you want to contribute. Like, what do you
Mhm.
want to make? What do you want to put in the world? Like, what's in your head that you want people to see?
Yeah. No, fair, fair. Now, do you think photographers, do we take photos or do we make photos?
We take photos or make photos?
Take it or make it.
We make we make it, man. Like, like oh man. So I had okay. They're not every once in a great while you get a client who's just going to be kind of the worst.
Yeah.
and, like, and like this is like a very very rare thing. Um, saying that just as a blanket
Fair,
statement for
fair.
anyone listening. So like I remember this was like years ago. There was a fashion model who reached out to me and because she wanted to do a shoot. And like I remember I gave her my rates and the breakdown and everything. what followed was like five. This is five voice messages from her about how, you know, she was the one, doing all the work. He was the one putting in the effort. I was,
Mm,
quote, taking the photo. Like, like I was just a guy. She's like, honey, like y'all, you're just some guy pressing a button. I'm over
mm,
here doing the work. I'm doing the everything. You're just a finger. Like, and like,
mm-mm.
like it got in my head a little bit, but not like to the point that it made me want to stop.
Yeah,
Um, but like it was just that, like just hearing, like
yeah,
hearing, like some people in the world just like see it as just like, oh, they're just taking a photo. Like, oh, like, well, anybody can take a photo. But like, I mean, to a degree, yes, anyone can take a photo because it's pressing a button. However, like, there's a difference between that and then making a photo. Like, you're making this connection between the model and the audience. Like we're making this feeling, you're making this idea, this story that you want someone to walk away from with some kind of like takeaway. Um like I feel like that's the most important thing. Like just like you're making this. Like whoever says taking it, start off.
sawed off. Fair, fair. No, good stuff. Now, like in terms of like photographers, there's always like some trends photographers do and follow. What's something that you wish photographers should just stop doing? Like any sort of like editing or tricks or things that just kind of just irk you, like a hot take that you have that you just don't want to see on your feed.
From a photographer's point of view,
Yes, photographers. Like just
okay.
photographers, like seeing other
That's
photographers
photography.
do something, whether it's like this color trend or this type of like style of shooting or what have you. So
I really hate the color trend for weddings, where it's just beige. Like beige is a color trend.
as they said,
Uh,
sepia gates kind of stuff like that.
yeah, like because then it's like, well, not now your wedding is every wedding. Like, like I feel like clients would want something like that's wholly unique because this is your wedding. This is your day. Don't you want it to be different from everyone else? Um, and I don't know. I just I feel like um what irks me.
Or like a trend that, as I said, that you see other photographers doing.
I mean the clout chasing, that's always going to bug me.
Hmm.
Again, like we're always going to see that. Unfortunately, like that's never going away. And that's just people in it for the wrong reasons. Um, because then, like I said, it just becomes less about the art and more just about like uh, putting yourself on a higher pedestal. Like that's something you sort of like you earn through your work as opposed to just like you don't give it to yourself. Um, seeing okay, seeing people who just post one one model
Hmm.
kind of bugs me. Like where it's like there's so many people in the community, but then you just see like this this one photographer posting this one person, and then their next post is the same person, and then the next post is the same person, and then
Yeah,
maybe they'll change it up. But
yeah,
like,
but
I don't know, like that doesn't show the variety that you think it does. Like,
mhm.
yes, that's a different cosplay, but that's still the same person.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I don't know. It just like it bugs me that like they're not they're not showing the community aspect of photography. It's
yeah.
just like it's just them.
No, fair, fair. So last sort of like open question before we start get into some other ones. What is something that you're grateful that your clients do, whether it could just be them sending photo references, considerate of you as and your work, always being prepared, sending reviews. What's always something that just puts a gleam in your eye from a client
Well, um,
or whoever you work with, if you will.
yeah. Let's see. smiles, or like when you can just like when you can hear a smile like in a message.
Mm.
Um, like like when I send a set out to a cosplayer, there's always going to be that moment, and I feel like this applies to any of us, of like, oh God, are they going to like it?
Hmm.
Like, and this could be the greatest set of all time, but
Yeah.
I'm still going to second guess it.
Hmm.
And like that mess when I always get that message back of like, oh my gosh, Juan, I love these are so great, or like, holy cow, and like that. Um, like it just like, yeah, I genuinely always makes me smile, and it always makes me so happy because it's like when we're not working, like these are friends, these are people that
Hmm.
I love and adore in the community, and like like I'm gonna send them, like a niche post because I
Hmm.
know that's something we've talked about. Or like, this is a person who's also in this fandom. It's like, here's a romantasy video that I found hilarious, and I know you would too because you read the same book series.
Yeah.
Or here's here's a Scream reference because you will get that because we have bonded over Scream, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, that too. Like, I don't know. Like I said earlier, like I didn't really have an identity. I didn't have a me.
Hmm.
um like I wasn't living through me. I was just like in the background of my own life, and then
Mm.
photography just like unlocked this, and then it just became like an actual life with actual friends. Like this is like, I don't know, like this just feels like, these are not I'm not living through someone else's life, because there was a point in my life where I was just I was just second to this person who was just awful, and I was
Mm.
just like under their thumb
I know
forever. I'm
that.
not going to get into that.
No, I know that feeling a little bit as well. So don't worry. It happens, and once you
Yes,
kind of like,
chef.
and what, or well, but it's like once you kind of like step back a little bit and you kind of see, it's like, oh yeah, you're not so good as I thought.
Exactly. And like I had that from like college onward, and then I just
Mm.
got out of that, and then thankfully, like it was just like this weird, like moment where like life just happens for you, where it's like, that friendship, as big as it was, ended, and it's like, here's this big gap in my life, so what am I going to do? How am I going to, like, how do I find myself? And then photography just happened to come in like that
Mm.
same year. Like, yeah, like I'm never going to begrudge this. Like, I'm always going to be thankful, like, in a lot of ways, both like, like metaphysically, but also like literally, for like photography saved me. Like,
Mm.
I wouldn't be here, man.
Oh, that's some great words to hear. So now one thing which you do some cooking, right? Let's go. Let's talk, because that's always food is always a common topic on my
A chef.
streams, and you always
A
call me
chef.
chef. We're always talking about food. So yeah, you do a bunch of cooking yourself, right?
Yeah, I do.
So I got a question here from Justin Pineda. He asks, "What's your signature dish?"
I'm laughing because I just asked Haley about this last night.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like you thought that was gonna be a question you were gonna get, or was it just more you asked her?
oh, because my coworker, she asked me like, Juan, like, I'm just curious because like we were talking about cooking for our partners, and
Ah,
and she
partner.
and she yeah, and she was like, what what is the dish that you make that Haley loves the most?
Mm.
And immediately in my head, I thought of tacos, um, because I feel like I make that a lot, and like you can't really go wrong with a taco. And I feel like I'm fine tuning my taco recipe as I'm
Mm.
going.
Yeah.
Um, and like I asked Haley this, and like she like agreed to the taco thing, but then because I've also started to make this like tofu veggie rice bowl. Um,
Mm.
yeah, and it's got like pepper, corn, broccoli, mushroom, chopped tofu, like and it's just like in white rice.
Okay.
I'm probably missing some other vegetables. I know I throw in a lot of veggies. Um, and like she surprised me because she was just like, well, I mean the tacos are great, but I like this veggie bowl that you make a lot now.
Uh,
Um so I feel like that has to become my signature because I want to make if it's her favorite bowl then or if it's her favorite dish then I want to make it. But like I feel like there's that. My grilled cheeses are legendary.
Oh, oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Wait, did I make one for you at
I think
Colossal?
at ClassCon, yeah, I think I had some.
Yeah. Oh, and see that's the thing. I didn't even have the cheese that I wanted, like or the butter that I wanted. I had to work with what was there in the room.
Yeah.
But like no, like I've been making grilled cheese since I was a kid. Um, and like I love cheese, and like, clearly that shows because I have like five different cheeses. um, and what I like to do is I like to put either Parmesan or shredded cheese on the butter, and then cook that. And,
Ooh. Like
and I'll make
like on the side of the bread that you put like the Parmesan. Like, so like you got
yeah
the cheese in the center, then you got the bread, but then you put like, yeah, because I always know that's always the balance is butter or mayo. But then so you basically put cheese as like an outer coating.
yeah. I put that on the butter, and I like pat it on to the butter
Oh,
because you really want it to like because then it'll like infuse into the bread as well.
okay. So it's
Um,
almost like a garlic bread, but you know, with
cheese
Parmesan
shredded, yeah.
shredded. Okay.
Uh, Yeah. So there's that. What else do I make? Let's see.
So tacos
Taco.
and grilled cheese and tofu. So I think those are a good top three dishes right there. Because
Yeah,
again,
fine.
there are some dishes that just have versatility. I know for me, it's either breakfast sandwich. That's always like my
Ooh.
go-to. I know if we're talking about partners, like the kimchi pasta that I made for Nicole literally last week for her birthday, she just went woo.
Cool.
um,
She just perks up like
yeah,
hello.
no, exactly. Like I've made it for her. I made it for our anniversary a few years ago. Then she was like, "I want it for my birthday." I was like, "I want it for my birthday again." So I always get like her favorite kimchi from H Mart or something like that. And honestly, it's very good to that. But
Cool.
and so yeah, you got a few dishes there, but you've messaged me a number of times on some different crazy recipes that you sent me.
They're
Some
gonna
of them,
happen.
some was like, what was it? A cheeseburger, but with like was it like cheese curds, I think? Like you called it a
Yeah, the
cheese
Kirk.
curd, the curd burger,
Oh, yeah, the
uh
Kirker.
the kurger or
Hold on.
something like that.
I'm,
So
I'm gonna write this for the chat. Kirker.
so
So
what, but in terms of like they scare me. No, believe me, like when Juan has been sending me some of these, like a lot of them, like this is stoner food that you're sending me right now. There's only was like one dish that you sent me that I was like, this actually does sound actually very appealing, and I would actually try that. But like
which one was that?
I am blanking on that right now. But what is the craziest recipe that you've concocted?
Probably the Kurger. Like, because everyone I tell this to has that same look in their eyes of just like, oh, that's gonna kill someone. Like, like, okay, hear me out, because not everyone knows this. It's a burger patty. However, um, I want to put like cheese curd within the burger patty, and then I wish to,
Kurg
you
burger
know,
patty. Oh my goodness.
yeah. I want the cheese within the burger patty, and then I want to cook the patty like a giant cheese curd. Like, I want to like
Oh,
coat it
oh my goodness.
and
Oh
then deep
God.
fry it.
Oh God.
And like every time I talk about it, it gets worse actually
No, well,
because
because I know deep frying a burger is a thing, and I think Nicole has had that when she went to like, was it Scotland or yes, and even
it,
that was a lot to have. Like they didn't even she was like splitting with someone and they didn't even finish that deep fried burger
I want
with
it.
fries.
Yeah.
Uh
Ooh.
maybe my teen years or college years, but no, man. She doesn't regret it, but I'm like, I can't do it now. And
Yeah, I just want to try it. And I know like
uh
Culver's has like a curd burger, but it's just a giant like cheese curd patty on top of a burger.
mhm.
Like, and I was like, no, no, man, take it one step further. Become the burger patty cheese curd.
Oh
Like,
my
and
goodness.
then I wanna like top it with
A
like
Scotch curd.
yes, I wanna top it with like what is it? probably like I don't know. I don't know if it's like a garlic aioli sauce or something. Like maybe like some kind of like some kind of like a Thousand Island dressing, maybe like
Oh
something
my
that I
God.
want to like
Oh,
I want to sprinkle in
my
like
stomach's
bacon
churning right
bits.
now. I've not even had dinner yet.
I
Oh
want to
God, that's just so greasy.
yeah, hell
Oh
yeah, it
my
is.
God.
Yeah, I want to put like bacon bits within the
Bacon
sauce.
bits are throwing in there. Oh my God.
Yeah, because I feel like the cheese is going to be a lot. So
You think the
like it's
cheese
going
is
to
a
be
lot? You don't
yeah,
say.
maybe cheese, meat, sauce, another meat. Um, and I don't know what the bread is yet.
Oh God. Potato bread or something. Oh God.
Oh, wait.
Oh
Yes,
no.
no. Potato pancakes.
Potato pancakes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I wanted to have some kind of like potato in
And
this.
here I have the MSG hat on right now, and I'm just like, oh God, my arteries are just the sodium levels are gonna be so high right there. Oh my God. Uh oh
It's gonna happen.
God. Not oh God. Like I've tackled hot sauces, I've tackled some interesting food, but that's definitely one that's is dangerous. Oh goodness. Anyway, let's move on to another question. To which does it combine a question of
You'll
food.
see. You'll
What
see. Okay. You'll
one of
see.
these days, one of these
You'll,
days,
you'll all see.
as I get sent to the ER for a blood clot right on the spot. But anyways, so I got a question from Zaza Tada. Feel good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel good, Mr. Shark. Have you ever combined photography with your love for cooking in some way, whether any sort of photography that you've done, or whether you have some analogies to that? Or oh no, you got a crazy idea, don't you?
No, I don't. Just because like I've been on both ends of this already. Because like I did, because I tried to implement food photography in like an old job, which is my current job, like because they were so bad at it. Um, they would hire they would hire out like this like marketing firm to take photos of like cooked meat
Mm.
or cooked proteins or veggies, and I'm looking at it and it's like the reddest meat you've ever seen on the inside, like so red as like the end call button right now on the screen. like meat should not be that red. Like the outside looked great, but like the inside was so bad, and I've been telling them for years, it's like, hey, hi, I'm someone who actually has a camera and knows how to mask like, to make that not red,
Yeah,
but like don't get it.
they just don't get it.
Um, they really don't, and it really bugs me. And it's on every flyer. This like super raw interior meat, like because the outside's supposed to be like all charred and cooked and everything, and that's great, good for them. However, that is such unappealing meat on the inside, and
Mm.
you're putting it on flyers, you're putting it on packaging, and I've tried to guide them. I tried to give them feedback and advice. Has not happened. Whatever. Now, conversely, or on the opposite side of this, um, when I was at the bakery, I would take photos of pies for them because they didn't have that.
Mm.
And gosh, wouldn't you know it? Appealing photos of food will gain traction and will sell more
No.
because like more customers were buying that because I was putting that in the ad to that we were sending on a weekly basis to people.
Yeah.
like,
Surprise,
God
surprise,
forbid.
investments, not just a simple
Yeah.
food camera photo or something like that. You'll be fine. You'll be
Horrible.
fine. You're fine, sweetie. Thank you. Speaking of food, now I get my dinner. I'll
Hey,
take this.
is it a curd burger?
No, it's a taco salad. I'm good there. Thank you,
Oh,
sweetie. A late dinner right here, so the taco bowl that
good.
Nicole has made right there. We always gotta show the stream every time my fiance makes the bowl. Oh, I see. Yeah, you
Oh,
put those Dorito chips or the healthy Dorito chips and such. So, all right. So, oh, I guess I'll see. I guess I'll see. She said there's a surprise. I'm like,
good.
what the heck is the surprise? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so now that we're kind of moving on from photo editing, let's kind of talk a little bit into editing. So what's your process? What makes you decide how to edit a photo? Do you edit your own photos? Do you make people select photos? What's usually the post editing process for you?
I choose the photos just because like I feel like that's smoother on both ends.
Hmm.
Um, and that's just always been the case for me. Like I never really went down like that route for proofs or anything. That bowl looks amazing. Like, um, I just I sit here with a different notebook actually, and I will just literally just work my way through like all the photos and just like write down like which photos I like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I upload that. I mainly just focus on Lightroom.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try Photoshop. I have access to Photoshop. For some reason, my laptop's just like, hey, I can't do this, man. I just cannot run this for you right now. So like I feel like that would just open up a whole world for me. But for some reason, my laptop's just dumb.
I will
It just
say,
won't
like,
run it.
Photoshop does seem intimidating, but it does give you just more openness and freedom that Lightroom, I feel, is like. Lightroom does have some good features that helps, but I don't know. I feel like I have more control in Photoshop than I would in Lightroom to that degree.
I know people tell me that, and
Have you ever
maybe
tried the 30 days of Photoshop with Flurn? It's basically like a free YouTube page, Flurn, Phlearn.
burn.
Um,
burn.
like well, even though like I knew Photoshop, but they like released the series like right around COVID. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this because I think I have some techniques I need to improve upon that I just was not doing so well. Like I was doing a lot of destructive editing. I was utilizing mask, and then it helped reformat like my photo editing flow. So I always, whenever someone's asking about Photoshop, I always like just point it there. It's free. It's on YouTube. They go like each day is like a different asset of Photoshop to learn and what have you. So I always just like point people to that direction there. So
Okay, I did write that down actually. I would absolutely check it out. Like that's the thing. Like I said, I'm a visual person, so like I need to see that.
and they
Um,
did do like one of like 30 days of Lightroom, which I was in the middle of watching that, but then either I just got busy and kind of forgot. But there are like just little aspects that you just don't in the app that you just need to know and dive into. It's no different from like the camera. Like the camera does have so much more features, but you just gotta either experiment or go out your comfort zone, if you will. Um,
right.
so
Yeah.
oh,
So it's mainly Lightroom for me. Um, yeah, and then I just go for it.
go
Like,
for it.
and I know that there's a like because it's true, like you said, like there are things in Photoshop that are just a lot easier in Photoshop than in Lightroom. Um, but again, I'm stubborn, so like I'm just gonna do this until I realize that Photoshop is not scary and can actually work somehow for
But
me.
you gotta just push out of your comfort zone. So that's
Yeah.
just what you gotta
I'm
do,
over
guys.
here like
But
I'm like begrudgingly like I guess.
believe me, it's like I tell Nicole a few things and I was like, sweetie, you should probably do this. But like, I know I'm stubborn. So it's
Hey,
just
we're the
gotta push
same.
you. You're the same. Fair, fair. Uh, but yeah, so Kauai did have a question, which I was like, she asked this earlier, and I was like, oh, this question's gonna take a little while. But what's the photo set took you the longest to edit and why? In fact, I might save that
A
question
lot.
for later because I need more questions of post editing.
Ah, okay. The one that took me the longest and why?
Hmm.
Uh, Um, I have a dumb one. It's not a dumb set, but it's just a dumb reason.
Yeah. Did the
um,
client request a lot of photos?
no,
Okay, because I know that
like
that happens sometimes where I'm like, I like sometimes I assess where it's like, all right, the client's wanting more quantity than quality. So it's like I'll do my best to edit, but it's like if I get like a ton of requests, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to take this into Photoshop, or if I do, it's going to be very minimal in Photoshop.
yeah. So I don't know if it's like a set specifically, but like last year is probably like the longest that it took me to get sets out to people,
Hmm.
specifically C2E2. Um, and I felt awful the entire year about that
Hmm.
because like here's what happened. Um, C2E2 happened, right? And then we moved. So you giving your chef critique.
Well, no, no, she was asking if I wanted more salt or such, and I'm like, no, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm
Did she
okay.
find a surprise? It's a
So
surprise.
I don't know what the surprise is. Like
Is it
ground.
love?
I mean, is it? Oh, is the surprise love?
No.
That shouldn't be too shocking. She says,
Oh
MSG.
my god.
I mean, I see my pickled onions, pickled jalapenos. Is that it? Um, what the fuck did I put in? Pickled onions, pickled what? What is it? Oh, the pickled avocado. Oh shit!
What?
Okay, I forgot I did that.
That sounds
All right, all right,
good.
all right, all right. Mixing with the
Oh my
regular.
god.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we had a very hard
Um,
avocado, and I had some extra pickling juice. So I'm like, I've heard the thing of pickled avocados, which I think is good for salads and all that. And which honestly, I missed that. So
that's what it
my baby
was.
sneaked that on me.
It blended in so well.
But anyway, so yeah, the
Um,
longest that's so.
yeah. Yeah. So C2E2 as a whole took me so long to edit, and I felt terrible for like how long it took me to get that to people because like, and I will say this in my defense, um we moved, like Haley and I, we moved in together last year, but like we moved between C2E2 and ASIN, so like that just like destroyed my backlog. That destroyed any semblance of editing. I I urge you, anyone out there in the world, do not move between conventions. You will die. Like
But
it
your
was
lease was
awful.
probably in between then, so it wasn't like
It
you had too much
was.
of a choice.
Yeah. It was right between those two. So we kind of had to pull the trigger on that. And like, I felt bad. I felt so bad for that. And like, people, you know, again, like people that I shot with at C2, like a fair chunk of them are just like friends or people I know in community. So it's like, they're understanding about it. Um, and then you'll get like the not so happy messages that are, or the ones that are just like checking in like every 2.5 weeks
Yeah.
on your set. But then it's like, but then you have to like explain again and again that, oh, sorry, still dealing with the fallout of a move, or hey, I was also just in the hospital, or
Yeah.
hey, I just, I've, job changes happened like
Yep.
last year, just like just kept coming at me. So like like that, I honestly, like, I can't like say enough like how much I felt so bad about how long it took me to get these edits out to people. And a lot of them are half-hour shoots. So
Hmm.
like they weren't like large, or they weren't groups or anything. One was a group shoot.
Hmm.
Um but like, yeah. Um won't be doing that again. We'll be planning accordingly.
Plan accordingly.
Yeah.
As you have like tons of bookings for C2 suddenly like going into the dozens. God knows,
No,
I
no.
remember. I remember like my first C2, and I think I had like 15 or 16. I was like, I don't think that's enough. And I was like, no, that was plenty. That was plenty.
Yeah, last year I had 15.
Mm.
Um, Gosh, that hurt. No, this year I'm gonna be smarter about it. Like, just maybe cap it. I want to be able to at least enjoy Sunday.
Mhm.
Um,
No, that's fair.
if yeah.
So, so especially as we're photo editing, we're just spending a lot of time staring at a screen. Is there anything that you like to have on the side, whether it's music or a show to listen to as you edit, like that just plays in the background?
It's
God
always
knows.
music.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it's always like adjacent to the set. Like I always want it to be like it's just no nothing with words. Like I want like instrumental. I want the feel.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just want to have like like this like atmospheric music in the background as I'm editing. Um, the cool thing is, well, the weird cool thing is like Lightroom works on my phone.
Mhm.
Um, like if I edit on my laptop, edits that show up on the laptop don't show up on my phone.
Mhm.
But if I'm editing on my phone, then it'll show up in Lightroom later.
Yeah, like the cloud,
Um,
Lightroom cloud or
yeah,
something like that, or mobile.
yeah, yeah. So like when I'm traveling to work now, like either to or from, like I'll like edit on my phone and I just have like my headphones in. I'm on the bus, like just like listening to like um, Southern Gothic or like like violin music, just like whatever, just like fits the mood of what I'm editing in that moment.
Mhm.
Um, and the great thing is, a lot of what I edit is just dark. Um, or like I lean into my shadows a lot. I love my shadow work. Like,
Darkness, no parents.
yes, like I want my Batman edits, but like, um, so like in a weird way too, I'm also giving myself this chance to just dive into you know quieter, contemplative, moody music.
Mhm.
Um, I love it. It's great. It's relaxing.
So, kind of like as I am right now, having some food as I would edit. In fact, probably some photo editing streams, I would probably be having dinner on these streams. But do you have any snacks at all that you just like to just nibble on to have as you edit? Working a little bit here and
Uh,
there.
um, it's goldfish. Like it's goldfish crackers.
Hmm.
But I feel like that's a dangerous thing because it's like
You can't
not just for
just only so you can't just stop like with one bundle. It's like you just keep like numbing it.
exactly, and all of a sudden your whole bag is gone,
Yeah.
or like or like I've eaten this whole can of Pringles, and it's like, well, damn, how did that happen? I've only edited 2 photos. Like, um, I don't know. I try not to eat while I'm editing because then like just like on a cleanliness level too, I'm just like paranoid I'm gonna get crumbs in my laptop, and it's already like precarious and old. Like I don't need to make this thing worse. Um, it's really just that. Like normally I have like water or juice with me.
Mm.
Um, yeah, no, I don't really see myself eating when I'm editing. If I do, it's just like I said, it's like little goldfish boys.
Little goldfish,
Like a little,
goldfish right there. So, but yeah, so I think we've reached to our questions, and I think we're right here at the end, Juan. Holy cow, you made it through question by question, bit by bit. Some that I kind of think you kind of answered a little bit. So I was like, all right, don't need to ask that. You kind of briefly mentioned there. But, anyways, Juan,
I'm all,
what?
I was gonna say I'm all encompassing. So
All encompassing
like,
exactly there. But no, Juan, thank you again for kicking off 2026, for telling all your stories. I see a kitty coming. Did
yeah.
Haley just come right as things are wrapping up?
He just woke up
Hello,
from his
puppy
nap.
cat.
Oh,
Hello,
he woke
buddy.
up. Oh, no, perfect there.
He
Well, no,
just
thank you
woke up.
again for your fun, kind words, the stories, the jokes as well. Can you tell me any sort of fun projects that you have planned in the near future?
Ugh. Fun
Sure.
projects that what do I have? 'Cause I feel like I just wrote something down. Um
You always write something down.
I'm always writing, man. Like if it's not in a notes app, it's my little notebook. but I want, like I said, I want to do this black and white thing for sure this year.
Hmm. Like
Laura
embracing,
and I,
like using more black and white photos or something like that.
yeah, like the old, like the classic Hollywood look. Like,
Ah,
I've talked about that with a few people, so that's probably going to be the case this year. Um, I want, I want more like downtown, like comic shots. Like,
oh,
I
like
want skyline
superhero
shots.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I can't say.
I
Um,
can't
I
say.
I I know because I do have something. I do have something else. Haley knows what it is. Don't say what it is, but like, it's just this cool idea I've had. Like it started off as a dream, and now it's like something that we're going to be doing this year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like like me and a close friend of ours, like at some point the scheduling just hasn't happened yet, but
Mm,
like we're gonna like do this thing, and I don't want to spoil it
yeah.
because it's cool. So
I'm now curious. It piques my interest. I want to know.
oh, too bad.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Okay, I'll tell you
No,
later.
yeah. Fair. The post stream recap.
Yeah, sorry, chat.
Sorry, Chad. Secret. Secret. Um. So yeah. So what else do we have as my questions? So yeah, where can everyone find you on your socials?
Ah, so on Instagram, I am at J.Pintography. Hopefully, one day that changes to just Pintography, like I said earlier. God willing, knock on wood. Um, yeah, I'm there. I mean, if people want to see like the cosplay videos that I mentioned before, that's on my YouTube channel. But that's just under my name.
Mhm.
Like it's just me, Juan Pintor. Like no fancy name. That's just me. I'm wearing a tuxedo. You can't miss it. Yeah, and then I'm also just like a very open person. So like like on Facebook. I have a photography account, but I don't use that. So like basically what you see on Instagram is what you're gonna get on Facebook. Like I'm an
Mhm.
open book.
Open book
Like
right there.
yeah.
So perfect. And anything else you'd like to say before we sign you off? Any last thoughts or words to the viewers?
Um
Mm.
I will say this. So it's gonna be bittersweet, but I feel like it's gonna be very it's a good feeling at the moment. So not a lot of people know this, but like my grandpa recently passed away.
Mm.
Um, but it was just his time. But like one of the last things he said, and this is just something that like the family's just like taking to heart now. He said, and it's funny, you can't help but laugh at it, but he said, "Don't look back in anger," like Oasis, like the Oasis song. Um, so he said, "Don't look back in anger, and you just keep moving forward."
Mm.
So I feel like that's just what we do now. Yeah, like life's rough, things are hard, but you just keep pushing on. Like,
Oh.
yeah, that's all we can do.
And I say those are perfect words to wrap up. Thank you again, Juan, for being here, for all your stories, and I hope you have a great
Thank
rest of
you,
your
Eric.
night. Perfect
Oh, thank
there.
you. You
All right,
too. You are all
bye.
awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Or more Jossum. Hmm?
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta end on the fun. All right, see you later, man. All right. That is a good wrap on Juan Photography. We had such a good chat and fun. Got to learn a little bit of his favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He somewhat gave a good name of Mogwai, as well as we confirmed that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is in fact a kaiju themselves. But here's some quick notes that I wrote down from Juan, as he stated. Sometimes some of the great cinematographers start out as photographers. Nothing beats that feeling, or feeling that high feeling when you make an image exist, as if like you create a movie from a scene from a movie. And again, where everything just falls in place to get that. You kind of have to find your mold, especially when you just got to get yourself out there and see what just fits right for you. Um, you could always like sort of read, learn things as well, but experience is always the best teacher. especially when you're playing on things. You cannot go wrong with writing notes with a pen and paper. God knows, even though I'm more of the technical typing things out in there, it's like I will say all the notes I write in paper is always so good. Life has to be fun. Don't try to bring the darkness or self doubt with you at a shoot. Bring yourself out of that shadow that is in your head. In fact, I did have a question of like what quote stands out to you most, to which he actually just brought up on the spot, which was Ansel Adams, is that it is the photographer, not the camera, that is the instrument. And of course, those lovely words from his grandfather of don't look back in anger, just keep moving forward, because of course we can always just get upset with ourselves, but there's not much we could do. What's happened, we just move on. But yeah, thank you again for everyone for chilling and hanging around here. Haley, Kauai, Barcelona, for hanging around, chatting with us. Especially because I know it was more of a talking one than talking and photo editing. But a good stream as always, and I can't wait to kicks off the rest of this year. I already got a few guests popping, or at least lined up to that degree. Hopefully, I'll be able to make an announcement soon on that front. Now, who to raid? That is the question, because there are not many people doing photo editing at this time, nor do I see any close friends that I know who are streaming. So that's always the struggle, because I want to raid someone, but there's not many people I know on or that work on the subject. So unfortunately, I think we are just going to have to just say goodnight and just wrap everything up. But yeah, thank you again for making these streams so fun and awesome. And I can't wait for this fun year of Snapchat. Yeah, be safe, be well.